Alright.
God.
Alright.
Infernal, what is your profile picture?
It's grim.
Oh yeah.
Or are you referring to tabletop?
Tabletop. Well, I can't see that profile picture, Chris.
It's Captain Milk.
Captain
Don't
Milk.
zoom into the glasses, whatever you.
Wait a
You, I've
minute.
got to. I've got to now. Fuck you.
Hold on, this is a thing. Sorry, chat. We'll get started in a moment. we're going on an adventure real quick. Let me just make sure chat can't see this just in case. Yep,
Oh,
good.
Infernal. Oh, Infernal.
How do you zoom in on the glasses from your profile? Open page and URL. Will that work? No?
It looks just like some ass.
And is it?
I don't know.
It's some anime ass. Yes.
It's some anime ass.
Oh
Fucking,
god.
It's a self-portrait.
fucking weeb.
Oh god. I can't log into the thing.
Alright, so
Harlan?
for the Twitch side and everybody else,
Alright,
welcome
I'm
to
better.
Crabby
I
D&D.
think I'm better.
I'm here with my players, Sudz,
Hi.
he is here. Yes. Harlan,
Hello.
Sam,
Hello.
Simon. Oh no.
Maybe you should double check people are here before you start, Chris.
Nope.
Mm.
Simon.
Maybe you should occasionally just like, is everyone here? Just
Oh,
once.
No, it's fine. Jamie
Mm-hmm.
and Infernal. Oh, you're quiet.
Okay.
We can't hear you. Whoa. Do you want to try that again?
Hello.
Hello. There we go.
There we go.
Ah, Simon.
Alright, I'm just going to load up tabletop. Yes, I'm back. I'm just going to load up tabletop real quick.
Yep, no
I'll
problems. We've
probably
already
lag out
started, so it's
for-
fine. No need to panic. I didn't realise you were gone. So,
Yeah,
So, yes.
professional as always.
yeah, as always, you know, this show is very professional. So yes, I am here with my party. I've forgotten my usual announcements. It's been so long. Thank you to Snosa for all the artwork and all the tiles that are here. No new tiles at the moment, but I have plans.
No.
Yes, I have plans. Also, a thank you to Tabletop Audio for the free sound, audio, and music you supply, which I use on a regular basis just for listening to or for either atmosphere, battle music, or in some cases I just listen to it while I'm making maps, which you can find regularly on Thursdays if you're interested. Also, a thank you to, well, not really a thank you, but this is played on Tabletop Simulator for those who are interested and would otherwise ask, and all the maps are made on incarnate.com by moi. Alright, I think that's all done. Probably shotted that up, but it's fine. It's been 2 weeks since we last played.
It's been 3 weeks since we last done this.
3 weeks since we last played. It's been a while, so now we're back for one session before Christmas. So,
Yeah!
are you all sitting comfortably?
Never.
No.
You need to get a new chair, Sam. You could ask for it for Christmas.
Now I'm getting a new headset that doesn't occasionally break on me.
Oh, nice. What about a new
Ah,
computer,
hello.
Sam?
That's a bit more expensive, and that
That would be a no.
it's working better now.
Hmm.
It's behaving itself.
That's good.
Have you cleaned it?
I have not cleaned it yet,
Oh, okay.
but I have taken off a side panel, so I think that it was overheating. So it needs just some air in there. I had too much dust on the inside, in places that dust shouldn't get to.
Oh,
Fair
no.
enough.
If in doubt, just take the side panel off. Stop
Yeah.
cleaning it.
Just take the side panel.
Open it
Alright,
up.
I
so,
never claimed to-
last session, our party of adventurers. Elsyan, Queglod, Sasha, Malcom, Bern, and Rook. After heading into the ether for a little adventure and a slice of life in there, they made their way out with their little Morbin friend, now known as Kevlar. Landing in the material plane, they needed to get a move on, and took care of various business, heading to Oregon and dispatching of the assassin and his other cohorts. Kisibar, not Kisibar. It's been so long I've forgotten names. Kizrin, the teleporter mage and otherwise lich, to the group of individuals who had been hunting them down, the Amber Grin. With their defeat and demise, the party captured Hurricane, interrogated him, and ultimately lost him, as he used a otherwise magical device to suicide, taking himself out of the picture and preventing further information or use of him being taken away. But with that, the party collected themselves and went after one of their main goals, a meteorite landing on the material plane from the ether. As it crash-landed and the party had made their way to it, they saw the large meteorite there, and elementals interacting with it somehow, performing some form of magical arcanery, throwing rocks into the center and otherwise trying to almost attune to it in some way. With this occurring, the party then proceeded to fight the elementals, taking them out of the picture one by one, until the meteorite rose. As a meteorite golem stood on high, rising up, hundreds of feet tall. As it rose up in its colossal form, it took swings at the party, taking some down and hitting them for a rather significant amount. With the events that transpired in a fairly quick succession, Bern pulled out a very powerful spell, and upon its incantation blew up the golem, finally finishing it off, with the core of the meteorite crash-landing to the earth below, where it was then whisked away by a teleport spell, and the party also leaving the scene. As it landed in the in Adamanthia next to their tavern, making a loud bang as they have heard, they move the meteorite inside, get a long rest, and proceed to relax for the week ahead. As you all begin to rest up, gathering yourselves after the long day and the adventures that have taken place, I'd like you all to roll initiative, please.
What?
Roll for initiative.
It's time to fight our sleep paralysis demons.
18.
No, it did do that. I'm fairly certain that's a thing. Is that what a nightmare actually is?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Nightmare's technically a demon horse, but yeah.
No, not a nightmare. Oh, the big Shadowfell creatures.
Yeah,
Oh,
Shadow
that's gonna-
Demon?
No, not Shadow Demon.
It's fine, we'll look it up later. So, has anybody not rolled?
What are we
Hold on.
rolling?
Still loading.
Okay. Initiative.
Initiative?
I got a 16, so whoever's got less than a 16, you were slower than fucking Sasha.
I got a 19. Ha, you're slower than Elsyan, you bish.
Well, yes, you do tend to deal with things faster, don't you?
Oof. Rook?
Oof.
18.
Bern?
6.
6. Malcom? You're also very quiet, Sudz.
Yeah, I'm not talking that loud.
Yeah, it's like really hard to hear you.
Better?
Bit.
I don't know.
I can hear him fine.
Pretty normal. Yeah, pretty normal.
Yeah.
Chris, right,
Click.
That'll be it.
Flick.
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 Oh my god.
There you go.
I don't know what's causing it today. Like it's going all
I
kinds
just still
of
love
weird.
that noise, though, yeah.
7.
Yeah. 7 and Queglod.
6.
6.
All
Okay.
over the 19.
Elsyan, despite everything that has been occurring the past few days, as you rest, you wake up early. You see Sasha lying next to you, who, as you
Ugh.
kind of wake, you feel at ease, but you are the first to rise with your high roll of initiative.
As ever.
Which day is this? Sorry?
This is day 1 of your mini time skip
Oh.
here.
Excellent. Right. Well. What time is it? I'm guessing it's stupid early.
Well, seeing as you rested, you've taken about take about 4 hours to sleep, but you've gotten used to kind of oversleeping or pretend sleeping, just to kind of fit in with Tasha.
Oh my god, I'm
So
succumbing to sleep peer pressure.
in a way, either way, you would wake up at the usual time, or you kind of leave your meditation at the same time that they usually would. So this time it's around about, I'll say, given that you're arrived at about midnight, probably around 8 in the morning.
I am going to risk nudging Sasha to wake her up.
Okay. Roll me a d20 with disadvantage.
Is this to avoid getting punched in the nuts?
Mm,
Because it's a nat. Oh,
Nat
look
1.
at that! That is not fair.
Oh, it's taunting you, isn't it? That one. You kind of nudge Sasha. Sasha doesn't wake, but she does roll over, like squishing part of your body as you fail to get out of the way in time.
My leg. Damn. Dwarf. Guess this is my life now.
Alright, Rook.
No,
At this
that's not
time,
prepared
you
for
wake.
killer.
At this time, you wake Rook. You get up. You kind of look. You get a look around your room. Your armor kind of sat over to one side. Your axe the same. Your gauntlets.
You know what? I can't be asked to put all that on. I'm just gonna go down and get some food.
Okay.
I got blown up. I want food.
Okay. You head downstairs, traveling down. You see a currently upside down sleeping Queglod, where his head is currently like in the crack in the back of the sofa, where his head and snout is currently, and his legs are just straight up along the back of the sofa with his tail flopping over the back of it. As he rests his rucksack next to him, currently brimming with a little bit of food.
Got food already, I see.
Yes, my food. I leave soon. Go and venture.
Oh, adventure. Nice.
Yes.
Got anywhere planned?
South.
South.
South. Smells of salt that way. Go find home.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, good luck with that. I need food. How's your mummy and daddy got out of bed yet, you know? I'm going with this. I'm riding fully with this.
His head kind of turns to one side and goes, "No, not yet."
Fair.
At
Okay.
least you know who you're talking about.
No, my next one was the tall, lanky one and the short, fat one. But that's fine.
Both accurate.
Right, I'm gonna
You're
go
like
get my
Elsyan
food.
is short and fat.
Yeah,
Short and elf.
fair. Right, I'm going with my food, and I'm
Okay.
just gonna sit and stew over.
You head into the kitchen as a small plate of egg, bacon, and what look to be hash browns are thrust into your hand. As Angus kind of just gives you a nod, passes it to you, and just does a little bit of a gesture pointing upwards.
Upwards. Upwards where?
He kind of puts his hand together and puts them on the side of his head, like the motion of sleeping. Then lightly taps his or knocks his frying pan before proceeding to cook more, conjuring
Okay.
the egg in place.
Cool. Right, well, I'm gonna go and find somewhere to sit and dwell.
Okay.
Has Elsyan
How
managed-
much is? Oh, sorry. You go on.
Has Elsyan managed to get Sasha off his leg yet?
Make me a strength check, please. Sasha,
Oh,
roll me a
fuck.
contested strength roll.
Okay, you're having Sasha actively resist this. I can't win.
Oh, you never know. Are you there, Sasha? Harlan? You muted?
Harlan,
Right, I'll roll for him. It's fine. That is a 16 from him.
I got a 16.
Okay. You meet your beat. You slide on out. Your leg kind of just shifting out. You quickly replace it with a pillow as Sasha falls onto it and begins to lightly snore into the pillow.
Okay. Right. I need breakfast.
Fair.
Elsyan's going to get his robe on and
Mhm.
head downstairs for food.
You get your morning robe on as you just move downstairs, your lapis crescendo kind of hanging off to one side.
Mm.
You look at it, you see the kind of minor imperfections in it. You make a mental note. It's on your list. You wander downstairs. Rook, at this point you hear someone just walking along the landing as they travel down the stairs, beginning to make their way down to where you are. And you look down and you see Rook is currently sat on the opposite sofa to where Kevlar is, and he has his plate of egg, bacon, and hash browns with a little bit of sauce.
Morning. How
Morning.
are you?
Aching, but all right. I just needed food. Your child has fed himself, like before we even got down, so yeah, he seems to be self-sustaining.
Food seems to be his one thing. We do have...
He's also
What
going south, by the way.
Kevlar, are you going south? Were you planning on telling us?
Yes. Said I was leaving soon.
Of course.
Heading south. Mapped out route out of city. Now leave in next few days.
Will you be coming back?
Probably.
Good. I would hate to see you go.
Just go on adventure. Smell salt. Find and
Smelling
come home.
salt.
Reminds of home.
Could just be the sea.
What is sea?
The sea, it's a lot of water.
Frozen?
No, liquid.
Don't like. Frozen water much better.
Well, it depends what time of year it is. Oddly enough, in the summer, it's actually better. Colder, more refreshing.
I adventure on tomorrow.
Good. Well, sounds good to me. Just stay safe.
Kind of
Yeah.
gives a nod and just kind of sits there patiently.
I am going to go grab some food, I guess.
Heading into the kitchen, you have a plate of egg, bacon, hash brown, and elven flatbread thrust into your hand, as you're then spun around and pushed back out the door by Angus.
I imagine Elsyan walks in, just like, "Hey, could I?" Plates in hand. Yes, mother.
Yep, and
Away
push
with
back out the
you.
double doors as you're pushed back out to the rest of the corridor.
That was rude, but I can't complain about the efficiency.
Out of the way! Out of the way! You watch as Sheba just kind of swiftly moves past your legs and into the kitchen as she comes
Sorry.
back with what look to be 3 more plates and like, morning, it's rush hour, so stay out of the way.
Oh, right, yes, sorry.
Ah,
Morning rush hour. Elsyan's gonna go. How did they know this is exactly what I wanted? You know what? Never mind. I'm just going. So whereabouts of the tavern are?
You're
Thingy
just
and thingy?
Rook is in your main back area back here.
Okay, cool.
as it
So
currently stands.
I'll fetch you in a little living space back here.
Yeah, Kevlar's currently sleeping like head first on this one, so Rook could probably be sat there, and you'd just make your way in.
And I'll sit down.
Yeah.
Probably about there.
I'll do. Yeah. I'll be redoing this map in the next few weeks.
Yeah, fair enough.
could do the basement.
No.
Shut up. I'll get there.
This has been saying this since like the beginning of the year.
Look, I'm
Yeah.
making maps on Incarnate. I will get round to it. Dungeon
Okay, right,
Studio seems very cumbersome compared to Incarnate now.
I know. I gotta say, I've just realised this stool has a heavier shadow than any of the others.
I know, it's because I accidentally put 2 on top of each other, and I didn't realise until after I
explains it.
rendered it. There's also one. There's also one.
That always
A
speaks.
special stool.
Yeah, there's also another fault around here somewhere. I'm going to see if I can. I don't remember where it is. But...
Reinforced door.
Yeah, it's
I like how the
reinforced.
tables are just big stools, and
Look,
I find myself
Sam.
asking, isn't that pretty much what a table is? Just a big stool.
Yeah, well, they don't have good table tiles in that, so it's
I
just a
know,
big
I know,
stool
it's
that's twice the
terrible.
size.
There's a reason I've moved on to Incarnate as well.
I
Yeah.
mean, okay, I'd like us all to take just a brief moment to appreciate the fact of how many times big stool was just said there.
And none of us giggled about it.
Not until
We
now.
were about it. We've behaved ourselves.
Either
And
either
Harlan.
we're maturing or we're just too exhausted
Numb.
to spot these things anymore.
We're
It's a bit of
just
both.
numb to them.
Okay. At this point, Sasha, you awake, you look around, you see the pillow you're otherwise hugging, and Elsyan is nowhere to be seen, but he hasn't put on any of his gear, he's just taken his robe and gone downstairs, but seemingly.
Fucking elves sleeping for 4 hours, bastards. Right, I'm going to do my morning calisthenics.
Okay.
And one dwarf over the mountain, 2 dwarfs under the mountain, 3 dwarfs over the mountain, and I collapse back on the bed. All right, I just roll out of bed and slowly slug my way out.
And you crawl out
You,
of
you know
bed
the
and-
thing where you're like your face is on the ground and then you're just like,
Yep.
yeah, just like that.
You hear the sound of a sliding Sasha upstairs as the two of you are kind of sat there eating. Kevlar kind of sits up and looks up as Sasha rolls down the stairs and just.
That is Sasha. I like
Look, my AC is high enough I don't take damage from it.
You're
so
not
I
wearing
just
your armor
bonk,
currently.
You're not wearing your armor, Harlan.
Are you taking time to
bonk.
put
In
your
that
armor
case,
on?
I'm riding the shield.
Okay.
Right. Oh my
Sledding
god.
down the stairs and around the place. You go downstairs. At this, I'd say the rest of you are awake from the noise.
Sasha, where's you have no sense of decency, decorum, common sense.
Graceful as ever, aren't you, Sasha?
Like
Why?
a swan gliding on a lake. Wait, do we
Why-
have swans in this world?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh
do
my
I
god,
like
we
it?
have
It's still
swans.
illegal to hunt them because you know the queen exists. But
Wow.
No one knows which queen outlawed it, but everyone still follows the rule.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, no one's actually still keeping track of that. That was years ago. Thing is, everyone just thinks it's a thing.
anyway, so as you crunch, Harlan.
No, that's his keyboard.
That's his keyboard. It's just got really bad recently.
It's like my
Oh,
mic.
that sounds.
I forgot to mute myself. I'm sorry.
It is fine.
So Malcom, Queglod, and Bern. Which one of you would rise first? Do you think?
Probably
I
Queglod.
don't know. I mean,
You're
Yeah,
alert.
that makes
You're
sense.
alerted by Felipe at the sound of banging as something's going down the stairs outside.
yeah, it's true. Felipe can wake me up pretty easily. So
Yeah.
yeah, it'd probably be me.
Okay. Felipe wakes you up with the sound of
Because I
that.
should investigate that.
Yeah. You sit up. You see that the bottom of your room is currently filled with this thin layer of black smoke, which Nightmaker's just been making throughout the night. As you just sit up, you see it lingering on the floor, and you get a moment of like, where's the floor? How far down is it? And there's a moment where you're kind of worried to just step off of your bed into that it will be nothingness. But as you kind of land, your feet land in slippers. You see your robe and your staff leaning up against next to the door as Felipe hops onto your shoulder.
Okay then. Okay, I'm going to leave the door open when I leave and disperse some of the smoke.
You leave the room, the smoke kind of drifts out as you make your way into the hallway. Bern and Malcom, you two are awake at this point, so... So yeah,
Yes.
as you wake, Malcolm, you look around the room, you see, you sit up, you see your robe that you first received when you came here, when you went on the adventure with Pain. You see your staff lighthouse leaning up against the wall, the two crystals hanging against it. You see B otherwise folded on the shelf nearby as a just that of like a flat paper dragon before she unfolds herself and flies over and just sits on your shoulder as a pseudo dragon just rests lying asleep on the end of the bed.
And not a pseudo dragon.
Oh no, fairy dragon, sorry.
Oh.
Look, what's the difference? They're all edible.
Wow.
No. Bad.
behave yourself.
Malcolm gets a sudden urge to slap
Whoops.
Sasha. Doesn't know why. Just wants to slap Sasha.
We've all been there.
Yeah, even Sasha's been there, honestly.
You know, that is my constant state of being. It must be said.
You make your way out into the hallway. You see Queglod just wandering down towards where the stairs are. She takes the first step down. And Bern, are you getting up or no? As you hear the rest of your companions waking.
Just sits there and Ben's like, I'm just a taxi service today, aren't I? And he gets out of bed and starts heading down.
Okay.
You're a very beloved taxi service.
You crawl out of bed. You see what looks to be lore. As you kind of sit up, it picks itself up. The several lores currently hovering there. Oh no, the one lore just sat there as you stand up. You make your way towards the door as it begins to follow you behind you, almost like just a dog following its master. You pull your robe on, covering the large kind of metal sheets that cover bits of your body as you make your way down for food.
Man, I'm hungry now.
You all eventually, one after another, make your way down, and a few moments later, as you kind of make your way present, there's kind of a tap on the door just to your quarters.
Open door.
Okay. You go over, the rest of your party kind of convening as some of you are kind of just talking about food. As the door is pushed open, you see walking, kind of moving in, carrying several plates. You see Brands Lonk, the otherwise dark-skinned human, as he otherwise moves in, carrying several plates, and just goes, "I've bought you food. Thought you'd enjoy," and begins to hand out plates to each of you, as he takes over a bowl for Kevlar.
Thank you.
On the house from Angus. Turns and heads out.
We own the place. It better be on that. Jesus.
Usually you have to put in requests if you want breakfast.
That's fair. Well, one of these days, Sasha's gonna go on a power trip and just be like, "Serve us like the gods we are."
One day maybe.
And then
I
Elsyan will
look
be
forward to that
expected
day.
to rein her in.
You can hear the
Which
sounds
will
of
not.
you can hear the sounds of the tavern being in full swing out in the main area. Individuals eating and talking, early day drinking for some, you suspect, but you hear all of it, as well as the light strum of one of the local musicians currently sitting there and playing for the early morning crew. You hear the sounds of the life around you, the welfare you've made here of both your friends and family. It's nice.
Why is it when he says that I feel like he's going to do something to ruin it?
Then suddenly the tavern gets destroyed.
Do you want me to say roll for initiative again? I
That's
can
the
roll on a
meteorite
random
explodes.
encounter table.
I would rather not.
Fair enough.
Well, I've heard of your random encounter tables. That could be anything from
Nope.
a grung
Shh, Sam.
to a
No,
Do not worry.
Tarask.
screw your encounter tables.
Don't tell me to shush.
Shh. As you eat for the early morning, is there anything any of you would like to achieve on this first day?
Guys, at some point, and Malcolm, I don't know if you want to join me, but I'm gonna go see if Gabby's hatched.
Oh, you mean your griffin child?
I mean,
Yes.
I would actually.
Cool.
but, you know what? I've got nothing. I haven't got much to do. How much free time do we have? Oh, how much time skip time do we have?
This would be the first day. This is the day when you guys were just going to spend a day
How many
relaxing. Oh,
Oh,
7 days.
A week. Got you.
Most people,
Yeah,
most people have done their stuff. So
Yeah, I got that. But yeah, I've got masses to do. With some spell learning, I could join you if you'd like.
That's cool.
I'll come as well. Might as well.
Bern, I have 2 favours to ask you. One, can you take me to Rust Town at some point, either today or tomorrow morning? And 2, would you be able to locate... Oh, what's his name? Where I get the Belt of Strength from? I forgot his name now. Osborne.
How did they tell us to locate them?
You have a card from him which tells you the next event or venue he's going to be at.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I believe. Yes,
So
I have
extra.
one teleport. I have one teleport to Rust Town available.
Thank you.
Thank you, taxi service.
I'll forgive you for flying me up.
I was thinking, since we're back, I was thinking we should close up the tavern for today and spend some time with the employees.
What? Make the employees have fun with us.
We haven't really done much with them, and I feel kind of bad. We just leave them here and don't really do much.
I mean, I'm more than happy to. I love spending time with people. Sure.
Did you have an particular
absolutely.
mind, or-
I was thinking
or just-
maybe like go to the bathhouses, go shopping,
We could
get
have
them
a
some
flat,
things.
we could have a flatbread party.
We could have a flatbread party if they want to.
I thought the flatbread thing was just an us thing. But all right.
Sasha, no.
No, I'm fucking with you. It's fine. Right, no, I'd absolutely love to spend some time with everyone.
I'm trying to connect to people some more. Don't turn it around on me.
No, you're right. You're right. What are we going to do about the pets?
The pets.
Oh, leave them running around out of Malcom to cause chaos.
Sounds like something
I
weird.
know.
You know what? Let's put. No. Hear me out here. What if we put them, all of the pets, in a little, just leave them together, and then when we come back, they'll have had their own adventure that Chris can run as a one-shot for us.
Ha! Who's this Chris?
Who's Chris?
Sasha.
It's not a bad idea, actually. Let you guys play as creatures as a one-shot.
Sasha.
Oh my god.
Elsyan puts his hand towards Sasha's forehead. You okay?
It's one of my light novel writers, you know.
Dawn Marshal's Day Off. One can play a Rust Monster, one can play
Dog
a
Marshal.
Paper Drake, one Dog Marshals. Oh no. But it has to be spelled D-A-W-G, Dog Masters.
Dog Masters.
Oh my god.
Maybe,
Great. Okay,
maybe
guys,
Easter
forget
or
this
summer
section.
one-shot.
Chris, you've got an hour. Go.
No.
I'll help you plan it.
I'll put it in the works. We'll see. Maybe I'll let one of you run it. Sam, you could lead.
Tempting. Honestly, tempting.
Alright. Yeah.
But for now.
I'll think of some other things. I'm not totally sure of everything to do here. But I'll think of stuff.
Ooh, we could do some team building exercises.
Actually, I think we could go to the... You know what? I'm going to say it. I think we could go to the Silken Serpentine. The place I went with Behold once. It was pretty nice.
The Silken isn't that the... Oh.
Yes, that's where Behold lost his virginity.
It was also a massage
Thank you
place.
for that image in my skull, Sasha.
It was a massage place. He
No,
also got
we all know
smart.
what those Yuan-Ti do there.
He also got smart.
Okay,
He did.
he could count to Apple.
No,
I love
count-
Behold, but
he
still.
could count to 5. Come on. He actually could count to 5.
That was a big achievement for him. It does have to be said. Now, Bern, you don't know who behold it, or really know who behold.
Oh yeah, I can resurrect him now, can't I? Huh.
I think
I mean, he already declined it, so.
We already
declined for
tried
Vivify.
declined it, and it's got to be a willing soul, Sasha.
I know.
you can't force people to come back from the dead. That is the bad
Well,
kind.
can't we like do like a Day of the Dead thing? Just bring him back for a week or so, and
Sasha?
have like a weekend at Bernie's, weekend at Infernies. Oh, I'd love it.
There's a
That means that
it's
one of
the-
us would have to murder him.
Queglod's with us, isn't she? There's a moment Elsyan's just glancing over at Queglod, who presumes is getting angrier and angrier.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Sasha?
there are quite a lot of rules regarding how and when exactly people can be brought back. What you're suggesting breaks all of them. Literally every single one. It's quite
okay.
impressive.
Sasha.
Okay, but has the Raven Queen seen Weekend at Bernie's?
Sasha, no one's seen Weekend at Bernie's. We don't know what it is.
Who the fuck is
It's
Bernie?
it's the new play down at the. I'm trying to think of a good theatre name.
Chris,
The
I know
Pen and Pickle.
Sorry, I spoke over you there.
The Pen and Pickle.
We're gonna have to go and watch that.
That is
It
terrible.
just sounds like another brothel.
It does.
It's very tasteful, okay?
Hold on. I missed some of that. What? The Pen and Pickle.
Is there a theatre in town?
We've made one
Yes.
called the Pen and Pickle.
Oh, there's
There-
one.
There's, in terms of the general stuff that you understand from being in Adamanthia, from exploring previously, you know that there are various tea houses, bakeries, butcheries. You know, there's the arena, there's theatres, there's bathhouses, there's the library. There's the school. It does open, open shows of drama. So you could technically call it a theatre, but it's more of just a showing off of what they've learned
God.
for higher education drama.
Oh, it's theatre, kids.
Oh god.
What?
It's where all the bards come from.
Yeah. Other than that,
Filthy
there are a few things
mongrels.
around town, but you've never really explored that far into all of this. You've kind of looked around, but the city keeps getting developed by different people, and it has changed over the times. You know that there's one brothel in town that you know of, other than the Silken Serpentine, which is more of a masseuse location. But
One that's a bit less horny and scaly.
to a certain degree, it's just got a mix of individuals rather than just, you know.
Okay, can we go to the brightly lit, not kind of, if you don't pay up, we'll break your legs style place? Could we go to the slightly less creepy brothel? I mean, massage parlor.
Sasha,
Yes.
there's no such thing as a non-creepy brothel.
Well, you say that, but again, the Pen and Pickle is very tasteful.
Sasha,
I have a
no
question.
one knows what this Pen and Pickle is.
Yes.
What's the brothel? Does Kevlar
Sasha,
raise
that's
his
all
hand?
Oh god.
That's all yours,
Look,
Sasha.
Elsyan and
Stands
Sasha.
up and walks away.
Okay. Well, a brothel is a place where you pay someone to spend time with you when you're lonely. Most people don't like going there, but
Am I
some
supposed to
people
be
really
paying
like
you?
going there. No. We like you, so you don't have to pay us.
So if they like me, I don't have to pay them?
No.
Well, yeah.
We'll
don't
tell
pay
you
people
when
to
you're
hang out with you.
older.
Yes, we'll tell you when you're older.
How old do you
Um,
think I am?
How old are you?
How old does Skaven live? I mean, Morbin.
Morban, typically they live for about 20, 30 years.
How old are you?
Insight. I want to see if I can tell how old he is.
Go ahead. Anyone who wants to try an insight to guess his age?
Yeah.
I would also like to insight this.
I am asking him to say if I will also insight. Let's face it.
Insight.
Okay, that's a 13.
Actually, no, that's a
19 plus.
15.
So I got 25.
Okay.
I got 21.
Okay. You look at him, he looks like in his early 15s. Like, in his early teens, he's getting there. He's fairly young.
Okay.
But he's middle-aged. Before he turns around and says, 74 years old. It's a little bit difficult to keep count, but I try.
I think
than me.
Wait.
What's
He's
the time
half
difference in hell?
He's almost half my age.
What's
roll me
the
an
time
Arcana
difference
check.
in hell?
Roll me an
My
Arcana
child
check.
is older
Malcolm.
than me.
Okay,
Arcana
I'll
check.
roll.
Sasha's just going to like sit on the stool and just stare at the wall over here.
14.
14.
Elsyan.
You know that going from one plane to another can take its toll in terms of time. So it's possible that, as far as he's concerned, 74 years have passed for him, but he hasn't aged that full time. Hell is weird because, you know, things that live there don't tend to have ages.
Elsyan is going to rest his hand on Sasha's shoulder and just go, "Don't worry, Sasha. Next children will be younger than you."
You say you don't know that.
Okay, look, how about next time we adopt a small animalistic creature as our child, we double check their age first.
I quite like this. It's nice watching other parents struggle with the reality of parenting. But then you lot are strange.
Okay, how do you do this, Rook? Like, you specifically.
He
Like,
abandons
you
the
seem
kids with
so
the grandparents
carefully.
and goes on an adventure.
That voice
He literally
I was waiting for Rook to answer.
How do you do
Not
it?
the
You
voice
just-
in the.
You persevere, and then, yeah. I mean, I'm often losing to my kids, mostly because if I do something wrong, they'll either go to grandma or they'll go to the wife. And like, Rook's Bill, Dad's being mean to me, and then I get told off, and I'm like, come on, why am I being told off for this? And like, grandparents are always a favourite, but nonetheless, anyway, no, it's yeah, you learn. The kids are right, you are wrong all the time.
Do you need to talk, Rook? You seem to be quite tense.
They're kids. And if they're not out mutilating something, they're out mutilating each other.
What? Right, Barren Lands.
I've missed out on a lot of childhood then.
No, no
Well,
mutilating.
no, I did quite a
No
lot of mutilating.
allowed.
Oh,
Who knows, their food source
Mutilating is
mutilating other
fine.
demons, or devils rather.
true.
Mutilating is fine.
Yeah,
No,
you
no.
had great show. Wait, it's not fine in normal society. Don't go
Stop.
mutilating people around here.
Stop telling my rat child to go mutilate things.
I did not.
You told him, and I quote, "Mutilating is fine."
I said it was fine.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
a
I-
clear
I-
example.
I did not tell him to go mutilate somebody.
But you don't. You encouraged such behavior.
You
Where I live,
inferred
it's perfectly
it's
acceptable.
it's
I mean,
by that logic, it's
You know what?
perfectly acceptable to piss on the street.
Sasha,
we do.
Sasha, you have
No,
to
we don't, you fucking monster!
Sasha, remember one thing. They're from the Barren Lands.
Oh right,
They're
right, it makes sense now.
fine.
What?
I want you to fully
What
imagine
was
that when
that,
we said
Elsyan?
they're from the Barren Lands, it was like they're from up north.
They're
Ugh.
exotic.
What
You
did
heard that
say?
too, right, Rook?
Yeah, what? How dare you insult where we come from?
Exactly.
You, me,
Did you
arm
or
wrestle
did you
right
not
now.
piss on the? Did you or did you not piss on the ground?
We're a travelling caravan. We don't carry bogs around with us. Yes, I piss on the
Okay.
floor.
You dig a pit
I
like a
honestly don't
civilized
know.
individual.
We're Minotaurs. We break each other's arms and prove points. We're not
What's-
gonna go, oh, golly
What's all the
gosh, look at
racket
me. We need to
about? Abod just
Oh,
goes
we-
downstairs.
talk about having shit on the floor.
Maybe you can help us. Is the Barren Lands an uncultured land full of shit people?
We're
no.
not shit people.
No, they're one of the highest militarized nations that
Yeah,
this world has
Military's
to see.
military. I'm talking about culture.
I mean,
Do they
Oh, let's
or
prove
do
for
they
you.
not just piss out in the open?
Of course course we piss in the open.
Well,
The travelling caravans anyway.
I rest my case.
do you have a flask full of your own pee, Sasha?
No, I bury it like
No.
a civilized individual.
But you still pee outside. But this is a conversation I shouldn't be getting into.
I use my fabricate spell to make a tiny hut, like a civilized individual.
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
I will
I
take
can't
that into
cast
note.
that,
Every
okay?
time you take a short rest, I'm going to have to take away a 4th level spell now.
You are. Oh no! Clearly, I'm constantly pissing in the armor.
Sasha.
Oh,
That's even
Okay.
worse.
oh, Elsyan sleeps with that.
Okay, can we get back on the topic, please? This is going way too
All right.
far.
Okay. Let's just erase the last 5 minutes of conversation.
No, that's the reason I've learned meditation. Okay, and it's not for my own
Yes.
cleanliness.
Like all civilized wizards, obviously you shit and vanish it away. That's
That is one rumor about any magic school. And apparently they don't have toilets.
Prestidigitation, just cleans it, so.
Exactly. Cleans it. You get clean with prestidigitation, and it's. But you don't expect everyone to just shit on the floor. We have shitting brooms, obviously.
All right.
Privacy.
We spent like 20 minutes having this discussion. Carry on as you were.
It's important, Chris.
It's not anymore.
All we're saying is that we're better than you.
We.
Look,
Elsyan,
I
will
was
take
in- I-
you to
look.
the arena, and I will bang your ass so hard.
No, you won't.
Okay, look, I was in this for the funnies. I want to make it clear. I like the Barren Lands. Genuinely, I do not think you're uncultured. I do think you should build a pit when you shit, but that's just so no one steps in it.
We dig a hole when we have a crap.
What a
When we have a
lovely
wee,
farm.
we just piss.
I must. Sorry, I think I've sort of set the line. I must apologise. Yes, I do think you're uncultured, but I think everyone's uncultured. So, especially
Including
Sasha.
yourself.
Especially me, yes.
I mean, include myself. I don't live in the Elven Kingdom, therefore I am uncultured.
Alright,
but
I'm going
again-
to go and get breakfast. You carry on your conversation.
All right.
Sorry.
It's a
Sorry.
weird thing.
Oh,
Thank you for dealing.
Abbott, do you want to come with us to get a massage?
Where are you going?
What's the name of the one that's not the one that's the actual massage parlor, not the scaly brothel?
I can't remember the name
There
of it.
isn't an
I
actual
think-
massage parlor. There's an actual brothel, but there's the Sylvan Serpentine, which is the only masseuse's area.
Oh God! Oh, you said that they were actual masseuse. Oh.
No, them being actual
are.
masseuses is the Silken Serpentine. If you're after the other one, that's just an actual brothel.
Oh,
It's
It's
called
not-
the
it's
Silken
not-
Serpentine. They better have a hot tub or a sauna, okay? I'm just saying.
They don't have. Well, they do to a certain extent, but it's not like the bathhouses. There's a moment as you kind of
Do
say
they
that
at least
where
do
his-
the hot stone thing?
They do.
Oh,
You watch
Okay.
as you kind of mention the Silken Serpentine, his eyes light up for a moment. And it's just like, sure.
Okay. If you're look, I want to make it very clear. We'll pay for the massage. Anything extra, that's on you, all right?
I'm a Yuan-Ti. I can't help myself. As he wanders and goes to get breakfast.
You absolutely can't. What is with these people?
He's a
They
Yuan-Ti.
work for us.
okay.
He is a
Now here's a thought. Where are you, Auntie, normally from?
In what regard? Just in this
Like,
world? or-
what nation normally has you, Auntie? In?
They're usually pretty much everywhere. Anywhere which has a jungle in it will usually have Yuan-Ti.
Okay.
And the
So
Empire
I
does have
can't-
jungles in it, so...
I can't just claim that it's more barren lands, people.
No, Barren Lands is probably the one place which is devoid of Yuan-Ti.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
That and the Highlands are the two areas which are properly devoid of
Fair enough.
Yuan-Ti.
Well,
Yeah, get wrecked.
Yeah.
Fine. okay, I admit it. I'm not going to ever admit that I'm wrong in this case, because I know I'm right, but I'm not as right as I thought I was.
I think that's as close to an apology as we're ever going to get from Elsyan.
About this, if I accidentally fireballed you, you'll get an apology right away.
Accidentally. Sure.
Accidentally. When it's on purpose, I'm not apologizing.
How often do you plan on fireballing us?
Not at all, but I'm not saying it's not a possibility in the heat of a fight.
I mean, I have come to the conclusion that I need to be careful of spellcasters because I've taken a fireball up the arse and been blown up now. So I am going to keep...
That's the same thing.
At least I didn't do it.
It's true.
I just want to know that I've never hurt you, Rook.
It's true. I mean, it might be inevitably, but I mean, yeah. For the time being, it's fine.
Don't worry. I'm saving it for when you're old and frail. That's when I'll strike.
Sasha,
Mm?
a bit much, darling, a bit much.
All right. I will make sure you stay alive. There you go. That's better. That better.
Yes.
Bit closer.
I heard the door.
The door opens, and you watch as your otherwise housekeeper, Lisa, kind of enters. Terribly sorry if I'm intruding. There's a letter that's just arrived for one of you.
Okay.
Write it down. Alright.
It doesn't say who for, but you best take a look at it. And
Well,
who wants to take it?
Sure, why not?
Okay. As Lisa walks up to you, she hands you a letter. Just from a basic look at it, it's not your standard letter. It's not typical envelope. It's not brown wrapping with string around it. It is an envelope with what looks to be magical script paper, with what looks to be a wax seal on the front of it. And as you get a look, you see the royal crest of Adamanthia, or not Adamanthia, the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
The wax is otherwise inscribed with what looks to be a thin layer of this magical aura and warding, which, with detect magic and the natural arcana of quite a lot of the party, it's protected by some form of abjuration magic.
Huh.
Interesting.
Well, let's open it up.
Alright. Opening it up.
Okay. Do you wish to read this, or shall I?
I'll read it. Why not?
Okay. I'm posting it in the Dawnseekers chat, and I'll let you read through it.
Oh, Malcom Barrenlor. As you requested, I looked into the attack you saw while scrying. The attack seemed to have occurred just out of the Empire's borders in Levato, floating archipelago. On the Drifter's Magic College. According to the report I have received, the attack was made by 4 individuals. 1 Terratan caster, 3 monsters creatures, 2 of the Archmage teachers, 7 professors, and 16 students were killed, and 233 others were badly injured. We are sent aid to inspect it further. Several things are damaged or taken. That's all I have for you, but thank you for letting us know this had transpired. Sincerely, Justin Parn, Lord Governor of Oregon.
The education in Oregon must be terrible. They can't even spell weave.
Look, shut up. That's Chris, not the writer. As you finish off reading that out, the Justin Tarn, Lord Governor of Oregon, you watch as the letter folds itself, puts itself back into the envelope, which closes shut, and begins to shrink in size before it disappears.
Huh.
I always wonder, do those things ever actually disappear, or do they just get really, really tiny?
Sasha,
Hmm?
early in the morning for this kind of thought.
It's a genuine question. I mean, is there just a load of really mini shit just lying around the place?
Are we really getting back into this?
Sasha, you do know what dust is, right?
It's just
Why
little
no?
envelopes.
But like, if it's these things
Oh
are
my
like,
word.
you know,
Oh, that's canon.
it's all, yeah.
Dust is just
teeny tiny
millions of
envelopes.
tiny envelopes.
Wait, this isn't. They don't teach dwarves this. This was common knowledge in like elf primary school.
Man.
Further proof that this world is a terrible place, and maybe we shouldn't be fighting so hard to save it.
Oh, it's mixed in with other things like dead skin cells and the like, but there is a majority portion is just tiny envelopes. No one knows where most of them came from either.
See, now Rook's gonna
Have they ever
genuinely
tried
believe this.
enlarging them?
Pardon?
Rook's gonna genuinely believe this, and this is gonna be knowledge that's passed down through generations of the Iron Fist clan. I learned.
Because this is a rumor Elsyan heard at school when he was younger. And do you know what? He's believed it his entire life. Like 150 years of believing this shit.
Oh man.
I'm just gonna take this moment to like look over at Queglod and just like put like a questioning look of is this real? Is this?
I have no idea. I haven't seen these kinds of envelopes before.
They're really, really small.
I mean, from what I could tell, it seemed like it was shrinking at a pretty constant rate, so that would suggest that its size would eventually reduce all the way to 0.
But then
Bring logic into it.
you can't. How can you reduce
Fair
something
enough.
all the way to 0?
Magic.
I can't argue that.
I never thought that the entire party puts that
I can't argue with that, but I fucking hate you.
The entire party puts their finger up to your jack and just go, I hate it. No. Anyway, well. So some of us are going to see a griffin.
Okay.
That's...
So, you finished eating up, and your party is preparing for the day, various things that you want to do, otherwise preparing your spells, and getting armor on. While this is occurring...
I'm not bothering to put my armor on.
You're not bothering to put your armor on, okay.
Nah, I'm just gonna go a day without, because it'd be nice and light, and if I want a massage.
Okay. Wearing some casual clothes, okay.
I'll be wearing just my helmet.
What would be casual clothes for Rook?
Clothes on.
That's a good point. What would your casual clothes be? I kind of want to know.
I think I'd probably just chuck a cloak on, and that'd be it.
Yep. No underwear? No trousers?
Who needs those?
I'm coming in
God.
for
This raises questions. Do
Oh
Minotaurs
god, why
wear
does
armor?
it look like a string of sausages? Oh wait, that's the lunch. Okay.
yeah.
Why is
maybe-
it crimped in the middle? That looks better. Oh no, again, just his lunch. Oh god, that's better. That is not his lunch.
I don't know. I mean, hang on.
Oh no, that's just a sock that's filled with beans?
It's filled with beans and butter. Buying your time here, Jamie, quickly.
I honestly feel that I need to Google this to see, like.
I'd say, in terms of what Minotaurs
Yeah.
would wear, Minotaurs pretty much would have the same kind of part to it as Centaurs would. Centaurs only really need the human part to really be covered. So I'd say, given the majority of it is kind of neck up and then waist down, I'd say most of it would probably just be some form of shirt and shorts, maybe. At most.
Shorts. Cool. Shorts over. Yeah, fine. I will wear. Yeah, something.
Minotaurs
like
wear short shorts, confirmed.
Minotaurs wear short shorts with suspenders, yeah.
that. I don't know. Maybe I'll be Scottish. I'll wear a kilt.
Short later.
That would actually make more sense for Minotaurs to wear more of a kilt, actually. Because it'd be easier to put on.
Yeah. Good luck trying to get stuff over cloven hooves and digigrade legs. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
not that. Definitely some form of kilt or cloth of some form.
Kilt or otherwise some
Belt.
form of cloth or belt, yeah, that would go round, kind of in that regard.
Yeah, be that. I'm looking it up here. It's literally they just seem to be wearing cloth or some weird armor of some form
Belt
of
or
a belt.
sash. Yeah, that works.
Okay, that's how it's going. He's not running around completely naked. He's gonna have a cloth.
Okay.
That's better than nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who would like to describe next what they'd be wearing for casual clothing? All right, Elsyan, what are you wearing?
No.
Just your underwear, go on.
Just the Hawaiian underwear goes around bare chested.
Elsyan, as ever, is wearing some quite. He's wearing. You know what? He's wearing some quite fine trousers. Some nice. I'm gonna say they're blue trousers. A nice billowy shirt. And he's of course wearing a more open robe than normal. Still with the stupid high collar though.
Okay.
More consider it like a long coat than a robe. But it is still a robe, and he will argue with anyone who says otherwise.
Okay. Queglod?
Yeah, I think Queglod would be wearing quite like simple clothes. I'm thinking like a floor length dark skirt and then just a white blouse.
Okay. Bern? Here's your chance to be
He's
truly
dressed
dapper.
on his picture.
Huh?
Exactly like he's dressed in his picture.
Yeah, because he's always wearing casual formal clothes. So
Yes.
yeah, that's true. So he's wearing a pair of kind of brown or green trousers with a white buttoned up shirt. Kind of these this orange petticoat that kind of goes on over the outside, a little bit of frilling at the end near the wrists, and otherwise a bow tie that adorns near his neck, and the absolutely magnificent and beautiful mustache that adorns his face that the DM one day hopes to have.
Good luck.
You and me both. You and me both.
Sam, yours is just going to be it's a big poof on the base of your nose.
I think Elsyan's giving up on the cloak, on the robe. He's just gonna have the lapis crescendo.
Lapis crescendo on. Ah, pretty jeweled cloak. Okay.
Of course, he's still got to be fancy.
Yeah. Malcom. Sasha, you're next. So
Malcolm's just gonna be
I'm
wearing...
desperately looking for art, frankly.
So, Malcom.
Malcolm's just gonna be wearing his normal Sheesh approved clothing, no cloak or anything.
Okay. So your Sheesh approved clothing is winter clothing.
I got a summer set. Went back
Did
and
you?
got a summer set, didn't we?
Did you?
I know I did.
Okay. No, you put on your summer set, even though it's kind of early spring and still be a bit chilly outside, but the sheesh-proof clothing helps. Keeps the frost and the cold away as you otherwise put it on and join the rest of your party. As Sasha. Have you posted something?
I'm still looking. Come on, give me something.
Make it up on the spot, come on.
I'm wearing a cloth rendition of my normal armor.
Okay.
Sailor suit.
You're
Sailor suit,
cosplaying-
that'll do.
You're cosplaying as yourself.
Basically,
Essentially.
yes.
Except it's made of cardboard cutouts and...
These are actually my pajamas.
Oh my god.
Oh, she's
Sasha
me!
can't-
Oh, no. She just wears
Can't-
pajamas everywhere.
Can't go around in your sleeping clothes. One thing, they're dirty. In fact, you know what? They're dirty. Come here. Festiditation.
Oh,
They're clean.
Oh,
That is
Aw.
almost suitable. And that's the best we're getting out of you.
and
isn't it?
Kevlar just has a cloak on.
I give Kevlar head pats.
Actually, no. Kevlar's going to take care of the pets. Because he can't go out into the city without being potentially killed, so he's going to take care of the pets.
Oh,
you know,
You know?
reasonable reasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am seeing a long campaign here where one of the pets gets lost and Kevlar employs the other pets to go find them.
Oh, this is
my
an interesting
God.
one-shot idea. Anyway, so with that, so you otherwise get ready for your day ahead out of your pajamas, sleeping attire, or the dressing gown you'd otherwise adorned as you went downstairs. You get ready for the day, preparing with your casual clothing. You gather up your things, and the tavern begins to die down from the early morning rush.
Well, I guess I will speak to Zuvin.
Okay. You head into the main area. You find Zuvin currently there, wiping down the countertop. As you see, Sheba's currently up on top of one of the tables, kind of wiping it down with a large white cloth.
Sorry, I had to deal with it.
That's fine.
Hello, Zuvin.
Ah, Malcom. It is good to see you. Is everything okay?
Yes. We had a discussion this morning. And a thought that crossed my mind was to, since we're here for a bit, we were thinking of closing up the tavern.
For forever, or?
No,
Just for the day.
not forever.
I said for the day.
Ah,
Close up the
I missed that.
tavern.
We
For
did
the
not-
day.
I did not hear that either.
Sure. Are we all getting the day off, or is there something you had in mind for all of us?
Well, if you would like, you guys can come with us and we can go do some things and hang out and talk and stuff. Or if you guys don't want to, you guys can go off and do whatever you guys would like to do for the day. So basically, yeah, you have a day off. You can do whatever you would like to do.
Well,
Apparently, we're going to
thank
get
you.
massages.
I've just had a thought. Are we still paying? We are still paying them, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, obviously, we're not monsters.
Good. Just making sure. That would be a month a month.
He kind of looks and goes, "Well, thank you. I'll inform the rest as the manager. Would you like us to gather so you can discuss what you have planned, and see who might be interested, or?"
That would be nice. We're gonna go check and see if Rook's Griffin has hatched by now, hatched yet, and we'll be coming back.
Right.
So-
I'll gather everybody up for, say, an hour and a half from now.
Fair.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice. Thank you. Sheba,
No
howdy
worries.
on it. As she kind of pulls up a large stool and flips the sign of open and closed.
Very efficient.
Oh, also, on a slightly business-related note, should we start hiring people to use the stage? You know, like bards and things.
We've been kind of leasing it out to local bards who have been interested in otherwise procuring entertainment for the night, but mostly it's just a few locals and who are interested. No, a few complaints for others. Gact took off, but
Hmm.
other than that, yeah, said there was incidences
Well-
back home, so
Well, I was just thinking, if you wanted to put a little bit of money aside, if you have a, you know, anyone good was in town and you wanted to book them, I just think that might be something that we could use to draw in a few more customers.
I believe that is possible. We have a fair bit in the fund. It's been untouched for a while, so I'm sure we can sort something out.
Yeah, I know, because we haven't been raiding it.
Yep, you have
Oh,
you have 8k
yeah,
in the tavern at
yeah.
the moment.
We probably should.
Yeah.
I might need like a chunk of that for learning spells this week.
It's your money to take as a group. We're not making it quickly, but we're making it. We've been getting more and more popular as of late, but we've been keeping up with demands.
Is there anything you need for the tavern, or anything you want?
Anything that would make it run better.
The only thing would maybe be an upgrade to the decor, to maybe the, he kind of looks at the tables and chairs. It's nice having okayish ones, but it might be better to have
Fancy one.
fancier ones, yes. But if it's not too much to ask, quite a lot of you are prevalent in magic, some form of enchantment so that they don't get damaged or broken. We've had to replace a table here and there, but if they're magical,
Okay,
that would
Chris,
be
how
difficult.
much would it cost to just make everything vaguely magical enough that it doesn't break easy?
For a base magic, it costs about 150 GP per. So if you wanted to do that to all the tables, it's not heavily expensive. If you want to do all the chairs, each chair will probably cost 50. Because it depends on the object size.
Okay, how much does a chair cost?
Probably about 2 gold. The table costs about 5.
Not worth it.
I don't think it's. I think it's. If it was fancier tables, like proper fancier tables, I feel it would be.
I mean, if we plan on
I think what we should do is we should just get the staff like wands of mending or something, so they can just be like zap. Okay, it's back to that.
It's
nice and
more
back
for the
together now.
atmosphere, as I assume you were going to mention, Malcolm. That if we're going to upgrade them to fancy, I'd want them to be durable. But that's the only thing I can think of outside of maybe just a little bit of decor here, some flags, banners, something that might make it a bit more homely. Right now it's nice,
making
but
everything out of stone and metal if you like.
I was thinking just still wood, but something better.
Like
Maybe a
mahogany.
half place for a chimney, just a little bit of more of a lounge-ish style area. So renovating some of the tables and chairs for more of just this kind of a
homely
don't know.
vibe.
friendly area. Yes.
You know what? Because Zubin, you're here all the time. I trust you. I don't know. Take a bit. How much of a chunk do you think it's going to cost to get this all renovated to your specifications? Do you think?
To get it all to be fancy, I'd probably amount to probably 500 gold to get it all decored up. The only thing is replacing a table or chair every now and then might eat out of the funds. If they're magical, they're not going to get scratched, but again...
Do we know how much the tables will cost? The fancier ones?
If they were to be enchanted, that's something that I'd imagine you'd have to take care of, but...
Well,
it would be so expensive. But I'm
thinking...
Honestly, I'm thinking it's worth it.
I don't know, because it takes a lot of time for them to get their value back. That's just what I'm saying. It would be nice to have lots of fancy tables that don't break. I understand that, but there is a business here.
But think, if it looks a little bit more fancy in here, we might get more.
Well, I'm fine with the fancy. I'm just saying most of the fancy you could repair with a mending spell more, and that would be significantly cheaper than it ever would be to make them incredibly durable.
I can mend
unless we have a way to cover the entire place.
I can mend quite nicely. It's more of the... If a chair or table is broken, I can replace the wood. What I can't replace would be the varnishing and everything else, so it would have inconsistencies. And that would take time, and that gives our staff more things to do. Making them enchanted would make our lives a lot easier, because you could clean them, but you wouldn't have to worry about breakages.
Well, okay, here, what about this? Is there any magical wood we could use to make these things, and that way they'd automatically be a bit magical?
Potentially. That's something that you'd probably have to look around for, though. Again, I haven't left the tavern in quite some time. I've gone around on my days off, but that's about it. And we haven't got a carpenter. So maybe I could try and contact the build team, see if there's anything that they might, if they have any ideas on that front. I haven't spoken to them about it, honestly.
I think it's probably worth a bit of research. I think we also need to realise we are never going to be a fine dining restaurant. Like, the food here is great, but we're not going to be fancy, small dishes with very little sauce and anything. Like those fucking cafes and...
No, I understand that.
Oh, God.
I don't think Angus would allow small portions anyway. But
no, I don't.
Oh, yeah. Those horrible places where you get, like, 3 beans, a single slice of thin, see-through slice of meat, and a single potato. Now, that is the worst thing.
It's more just that there's not very much colour.
Yeah,
that
color would be.
What? We could get a couple of rugs. Maybe we could put some stuff up from our adventures on the walls. Mount them properly. Make this place look...
I could spread my skulls around.
No.
No.
Rook's skull infection. Her
Wait,
skull collection
wait,
has
no.
infected the tavern.
Just a question. We don't rent out rooms here, do we? Just double checking.
You have an inn, so you do give.
Yes.
So you do.
Okay,
This whole
right.
section up here is rooms that you otherwise rent out. For
We
people.
rent out. Got it.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
and people
right.
can
We
travel in
actually
and out quite happily.
Yeah, Sasha's on the same wavelength. We need a skull room. We need a room
Yes.
which someone can rent out for an exorbitant amount of money to sleep with the skulls of our dead foes.
I'll put the lich
And
next to the
friends.
bed as well.
Don't. Okay, the lich might be a bit far, but we can ask them. We need to find a storage. Like when they rent the place, we ask them, lich or no lich? We
Lich or no lich?
no
It's a
explanation.
do you lich or no lich? Select yes or no on the form.
Just
Okay, no.
a room.
Think about it. What if we got a load of creepy fucking dolls of all of our fallen foes?
As much as I like your ideas, I think this might not be one of them.
It sounds terrible.
Okay. This sounds like a terrible idea, but it's the sort of thing that a skull room, I reckon, could be relatively quick to set up. And if we get some nutter here that is really into necromancy, they'll love it.
Yes, but then
And
Queglod
they'll
would want
pay
to kill
more
him.
for it.
Yeah, but we can kill. Queglod can kill them
Just traps
after
them.
they give us their money.
No. this is-
Oh, here's the thing. We draw in necromancers, so we don't have to hunt them down. They come to us. And we make money on the side. It's a win-win.
Right.
If you want to know what,
no.
like, go into my bedroom. It's just full of bits of bodies.
If you wanted to add your trophies, I wouldn't mind. We can hang them on the mantelpieces or on the walls quite happily. There's plenty of space behind the counter here. But otherwise, I'll leave that to you to decide. I'd say
Okay.
you do, given the new High Governor, you do still have to keep within his regulations, so I think a skull room might be off the limits, except for personal use.
Okay, fine. How about this? Above the fireplace, we could hang 2 of my 3 purple worm spikes.
That
That
would
could
be
work.
fine.
I
We
mean,
could-
that's a perfect one.
Oh yeah, I
Yes.
still have to sell the rest of those, don't I?
Hey, do we still plan to go after that ancient white dragon?
No, we
We-
don't want to go after the ancient white dragon.
Why not?
Oh,
What-
we do probably at some point.
What
'cause we
about
need to get the amber.
what's this about an ancient white dragon that you don't like so much, Rook? You haven't got on your pilgrimage yet.
No.
And what else you know this? I've been dipping into divination.
Huh. Interesting. Hang on, what do you mean my pilgrimage? Is something going to happen on my pilgrimage?
Murder.
Nothing.
Okay.
Murder.
Sorry, what?
Burn 4 days from now. We might want to go to that one dragon, guys.
I'm fairly certain Elsyan doesn't actually know any divination magic either.
No. Well, I'll think of something. I'll arrange some things and see what the build team says about fancy tables and chairs. But for now, just forget I asked for now. I'll sort
Okay.
things out.
If it comes down to it, I'm more than willing to pay for myself.
Oh,
Well, I'll leave that to your decision. You mentioned about some form of magical wood. That might be possible, but again, I can try and... I can get one of the staff on looking for that if you want.
it's not urgent, so not today. But
No,
think
but I can get Munk on that. He should be fine with that.
Good.
Or maybe speak to Sina about that, see what she might be able to fish up.
sounds like a plan. You guys do have a way of contacting us, right?
Mostly we just
assume.
speak to Abod if he has anything to say, if we have anything to say to you, but we haven't really needed it recently.
Fair enough. Just checking you had some way that if you needed to get our confirmation on something.
If you're nearby, I can send a message, but that's probably the closest I have for me.
Fair. That's a thought.
Just give Abbott a shout. So like you say, he can contact us when he needs to. So that's fine.
Can I
Anyway,
also
you
check
have
our mailbox?
You have a... What was that?
Can I check our mailbox just to make sure that there's nothing else in there?
That was the only piece of mail that was in there.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Actually, no. I tell a lie. There are bits of mail in there, but they're for your staff members.
Okay.
And they seem to. There's either spam in there about is your employer treating you okay? Do you need to receive any insurance? Usual riffraff and letters. Other than that, most of it just seems to be like personal letters for members of staff, which have already been handed around by Lisa.
Them ones about the employers treating staff okay. Burn them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send them in my
already lighting them on fire.
All right, yeah. Let's go.
You have a griffin to go and find / talk to. I don't know.
We're gonna just go see it. It's new.
Sure.
I'm going to be. I'll take this opportunity to befriend my wolf that I left alone for a long time.
Your wolf is otherwise relaxing still. Your wolf is otherwise outside in the garden, alongside the salamander. They have run amok, but they are otherwise being kept in check by your dryad, who has otherwise proceeded to not necessarily put them on leashes, but has created a fence willing and persuasive enough to stop them from leaving.
Good dryad. And I'm paying them like what? 1 gold?
Dryad.
Yeah.
Dryad, your gardener is being paid 10 gold per week.
Oh yeah, that was the minimum.
That was the minimum, yeah. For a gardener. The lowest any of your staff are being paid, I think, is your bookie, who's being paid 5 gold a week. But yeah. Either way, as you leave, Zuvin kind of closes the door behind you. Doesn't lock up as there are people in the inn, but otherwise you make your way out towards the Church of Steel. As you travel to the Church of Steel, you can hear the sound of clanging weapons, of individuals kind of cheering, talking, and fighting. You see the small church on the outside of the arena just next to it. Where would you like to head, Rook?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming I know where they've taken them, because it's where I delivered the eggs to. So, there?
Okay. You head inside the Church of Steel. As you move in, or kind of walking into the inside of the church, you look around, you see the plain interior, the single kind of silver-coloured banners that hang off of the kind of supporting pillars, the stone chairs adorned with cushions and kind of a soft fabric, as a few people are currently sat there, just lightly praying. As you head in, you see the individual. Just gonna get his name real quick. The head of the Church of Steel himself, the kind of the bald older human, who's otherwise kneeling at the altar.
Oh, isn't that the guy that was yelling about Lighthouse being Lighthouse when I did that speech?
I'm trying to remember what his name is. No, this is Cat's.
This was after the attack from the.
Oh yes, yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, I'm trying to remember who it is. Yeah, the individual, the elderly human monk who otherwise, the head warrior who seems to be that more of a kind of a slightly shining complexion, but otherwise no hair, and as you enter, he remains kneeling. For your notes, he is Godric Canville.
That's it. Man, I've got so many goddamn books, and none of them are any use because they're everywhere. Right, okay. Put that in.
Give up.
Yeah.
Lillian often.
Do you approach?
Yep.
Okay. You approach, otherwise heading up. As you do, a figure kind of steps out in front of you and immediately kind of reaches for your wrist and grabs it and pulls you close, as you recognize Nagriel, the
that's the one.
The brass dragonborn champion, as he kind of pulls you in. Rook, it's been some time. Good to see that you're in top shape. Good to see you brought the rest of the friends, eh?
Yeah. Well, we're having a day off today because, I mean, we spent days in hell, in the... it's just been a long time. So
you've been all over the place then.
Yeah, a little bit. So I thought I'd drop by and see how griffin eggs were doing.
Ah, yes. Godric kind of stands up with the disturbance and turns, opens his eyes, and you can see kind of the bright shining white on the inside. As he kind of takes a step forward. They have been doing well. Both of them have hatched. And as promised, you are to take the pick of your first one. They are fairly young, but as of right now, they see their mother as the one who is taking care of them. But as it stands, they will be juvenile for your taming, probably within the next 3 or so weeks.
Oh, very good. Excellent. Well, I will give you great work. It's good to hear that they're both doing fine. Gosh, hopefully not being too much of a handful, unlike ours. Looks at the party like, yeah.
Negril, if you're welcome to show them, if I'll be fine. He gives a nod. Alright, come this way then. As he heads out to one of the entrances, kind of moves over, and just lifts the portcullis with one hand, kind of pushing it up to the ceiling, as he holds it up and lets you all pass through.
Cool.
Before he kind of lets it drop back down onto the ground with a clang. You travel through one of the hallways, and you reach what looks to be this kind of hard iron door with a set of, or with what looks to be a slider in it. As he knocks on the door and pushes it open, you hear kind of this sound of almost chirping and squeaking. As you move in, you see what looks to be a rather large kind of male Goliath, currently sat there wrestling with one of them with a bit of meat, as even though they're young and they seem to be blind, their sense of smell and their posture, they're still medium creatures as a baby, and probably sit at about 4 foot in length as they just kind of wrestle for him from the meat as they're kind of pulling away. It is solid food that they're still eating, though, as the chunks are small enough for them to swallow as they're kind of wrestling with him. He kind of stands and goes, "Oh, here comes a troop. What's all this about then?"
Just coming to see the babies and how they're growing up.
Ah, you must be the one who donated them. Ah, pleasure,
Yes.
pleasure.
You're welcome. See, they're already eating solid food.
Yes, griffins eat solid food from a young age, provided they're not given it whole. Usually they eat horse, but we've had to make do with small bits of cattle. They're small cuts. They're able to take care of it. They're a bit of a handful, but they're otherwise okay.
That's fine. She'll fit in perfectly well with the party. A handful. Yes. It's quite something. Oh, well, it's good to see they're in good health. How are they themselves?
They're growing well, that's to say the least. They'll probably be a little bit more capable. They probably won't be flying anytime soon, but they're certainly growing quickly, that's for sure. They're both very healthy.
Very good. Very good. So I assume their feathers are all going to come, or are they like little chicks with their?
They're
puffy down
chicks, so they've
feathers?
got puff at the moment. But you can see that they are stretching their wings still. Where they're a griffin, it's kind of the top half is all this puff, and then the rest of it, which is kind of, which is eagle-ish with puff. The rest of them being kind of part lion, has this kind of weird smooth texture to it, with kind of a wrapped up tail at the end.
Oh, that sounds adorable. Do you mind if I give a little bit of meat?
Sure, you're fine. He points to a bucket over to one side, which you see is just filled with these bits of steak.
100%. I'm going to go and grab 2 bits of steak, and I'm going to treat them evenly.
Okay. Roll me 2 animal handling checks.
Okay. If I mess this up, I've got a lot of questions.
What's your plus?
11. 6 or 4. Still.
15 and 17. For chicks that are blind, they're not exactly careful. They do kind of snap at the meat and try and get it out of your hand. It's not necessarily going to be pleasant if you got your fingers caught in there by any means, but you kind of pass the meat, kind of toss it slightly. They do seem to follow the scent, but they aren't they're not aware enough to be able to pick up on it entirely. They are still blind. They haven't opened their eyes fully yet. As you kind of hand each of them evenly the meat, they both accept and they carry on about what they're doing. But they're very bouncy and rough at the moment. They seem to be very chaotic despite still being blind.
Oh, it's the direwolves all over again.
Fair.
It's worse than
Okay.
direwolves because they open their eyes earlier.
They had their eyes open, but they're still
They're
rough.
chaotic as pups, yeah.
They're chaotic.
Fair. So, will they keep this bounciness, their hyperness, even when it comes to starting the training?
Probably not. When they start their training, they'll probably be it'll be a bit more rigid. They'll kind of be trained to do what they're told, to have some form of discipline. It'll take a little bit of time, but once you've built a bond with one after it's gotten through its first stages of being a juvenile, it'll be ready to go. It won't be able to fly right away, but once you've made that bond and you proceed to kind of help it with its discipline, it'll be in much better shape.
Yeah, I think I'll probably have to make the bond and then discipline away from the party. I have reservations to the size of it, and it could potentially break our Queglod. If it's too hyper. I mean, they're quite big.
They are, yes, but once they're properly disciplined, they will be loyal and they won't leave your side. So once you have made that bond, be prepared it will go with you, even if you don't want it to.
Okay, all right. That's fine. That's not a problem. Just have to keep on top of metaphorically. I'm not actually going to ride it yet. That'd be a bad idea. But no. Okay. Well, thank you. And it's really nice to see they've hatched and they're doing well. And in good hands.
They hatched in kind of a close time to one another, but they're otherwise both doing well. They're both healthy and well, once they're fully grown, they're going to be very useful.
Fair. How long ago did they hatch?
Probably 5 days, if that.
Jesus, they grew a lot since then.
They
eggs
started
were-
this size. The eggs you
the eggs
picked
were
up and
big.
brought back were like 2 foot long.
Oh, right, okay. I remember they were big, but they've doubled in size since, egg. Fair. Okay. Well, thank you anyway, and it's good to see that they're in good health. I guess I'll see you in a few weeks.
Well, thank you for contributing them.
That's
Can
all
I
right.
tell
Well,
their gender just by looking at them?
I'll say with your experience from handling animals in back in the Barrenlands and being otherwise a kind of a person who raises them, you can tell that one seems to be male, one seems to be female.
Brother and sister, then.
I suppose so. It come from the same nest. Yeah.
Well, I meant it was just the gender.
Fair. Very good. Okay. Well, will you send for me when it's time, or should I just come back in 3 weeks?
We'll rely on you coming back. If you don't make the initial juvenile nature of them, then you can still form a bond, but it'll take longer. The discipline will be in place, which means they'll be a little bit more rough with you. Depends
That's
on what you want to
fine.
do. When they're juvenile, they'll want to be beside you, and you'll have to discipline them. But if you want us to discipline them, we can. But it means that when you come to accepting it, it'll take a while for you to forge that bond.
Fair. Then I shall return in. Is it 3 weeks?
3 weeks if you want to raise it from juvenile, which means you'll have to you'll have to discipline it, and then it'll take a few months before it can fly. Or you can leave it to them, and you can come back in 3 to 4 months, and then you can try and work your way in that way. But you'll have to do more of a breaking in icebreaker style, because you're going to be having to work past all of its disciplinary given to it by another master.
I'll probably. I mean, the reason I got the egg was so I could raise it to how I wanted. So, alright, I'll be back in about 3 weeks' time then.
Very well. If you miss it, we'll expect you in 4 weeks. After that, we'll probably hand it off to another handler.
No, that's understandable. Thank you very much. You take care.
You too.
Awesome.
Okay.
Excellent.
You leave and make your way out. You travel back to the tavern, I assume, unless there's any other business you wish to take care of. I know that some people want to talk to other people, so
I had a question for Sasha.
Yes, Malcolm, what is it?
I was wondering if tomorrow you would be willing to go to Oregon with me.
Well, I think I can fit it in my busy schedule. Yes, of course we can.
Good. I was thinking of I was thinking it would be good to go there and take care of bringing back Reagan and Professor Flint.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, hell, give me the, what do you call them? Give me the diamonds, I'll do it today if you like.
I mean, they'll be paying for it. Well, Reagan's paying for it.
Cool. I'm down with that. All right, in that case, yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
Ooh. You know what's going to be great?
Hmm?
They're gonna owe me such a big favor.
Sasha, literally the worst.
Yeah.
Look.
I brought it back, but you owe me one.
Reagan has control over giant robots. I want a giant robot.
Sasha,
The robot.
Automaton.
there we go.
also known in our world, in our own mental space, constructs.
Yep.
Golems.
Yeah,
That's
they're not giant.
It's
Iron
not
ones
moving.
are.
I don't
Actually,
like
iron
it.
ones are large
Yes.
and terrifying.
No, they're fine, Sam. Don't worry about it.
They scare me, and I love using them. My party uses mostly fire. How can I not?
Yeah, well. Alright. Anybody else want to talk to anyone else?
No, I want to catch up with Bern after and find out where Icebone is.
Okay.
Elsyan would like to talk to everyone other than Sasha.
Oof.
No, don't worry. This is for Sasha. But you can't go to Sasha and ask her what she wants as a gift. It's supposed to be a surprise.
I'll probably have a quick word with Bern at some point.
Can I get her one of her own shields?
I'm not going to get Sasha a shield. That's mocking her.
I'm just saying, if any one of you tries to buy one of my shields, I'm marking up the price by a couple of 1,000%.
What about mates rates?
That is mates rates. The markup.
That is the mate's rates. I don't trust any of yous.
What are we going to do with your shield? Specifically,
I'll be
take in front of thousands just to diminish your own skills.
I also think you'd use it to, throw muck at someone and then somehow blame it on me.
Sasha, would I ever do anything then blame it? Yes, I would, wouldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, that doesn't have to be anything. With the gift thing, doesn't have to be anything major. Just effectively what people's characters would suggest for a gift for Sasha.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Any idea?
I would suggest that Sasha's a forge or smith. She enjoys playing with metals. Look for an exotic or a rare metal.
That could
Something
work.
that's strange or different.
But she has just got a meteorite, and I can't beat that.
It's true, but I mean, it don't have to beat that. If it's something different, she'll probably get a lot of joy working with it or experimenting with it.
Anything that has any interesting or unique properties, even if it isn't necessarily as powerful as meteorite.
Okay. Weird metal. Gotcha.
I'll also accept dragon-killing poison.
No.
No.
I know.
So-
I know. Sasha would also like dragon-killing poison, but I don't think that exists.
It could, though.
It could do,
But given that some dragons are pretty much made out of poison.
It kind of feels like Malcolm would be the last person to have something like that.
I mean, yeah, but I could figure out how to make it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That's
it may prove useful. I have a feeling at some point we're going to have to join Sasha in killing an ancient red dragon, and I don't want to do that.
How many ancient dragons have we got to kill?
Far
Holy
too.
crap.
How about I just say any that aren't metallic? They're all assholes if they're chromatic, and saying that out loud makes us sound okay. Most of them are assholes.
Nagmir's not that bad.
Okay, you're right. That's the
That's
exception.
why I said that bad, Chris.
There's the creator who made him. I mean, there's all the white dragons which make up the Dragon Knights in the north.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's Webval, okay? Look, a
Exceptions.
lot of them are dicks.
Fair. Okay, but that's all I would have to say. In fact, you know what? I'm probably never going to work with it. I think Malcolm has my handle or a hilt of a sword that's made of an exotic metal.
Do you know what metal?
I can't remember off the top of my head. Malcolm, is it in your bag of holding? I believe I gave it to you to hang on to.
You did give it to me. I didn't put it in. I didn't put it in my sheath bag of holding. I don't remember what it was.
Well, you know the rules.
I know what. I know I had it though. He gave it to me. I know I had it.
It's
However,
the
I
exact
don't
same
have the list
material.
for it, so if I don't know what the material is, it's just a regular
It's the exact
handle.
same material as Feng's sword was made of.
Wasn't it?
Rock or something strange. It was really bizarre.
I'll see if it's in the shopping list or in Golodon's details, but
You said it was exactly the same material as Feng's sword was.
Yeah, I remember that for
that's
sure.
nice. Now I have to go and look up what Feng's sword is. Like I know that, right?
You do know that, Chris. You know everything.
Sure.
It's not going to be in
Oh
that
yeah,
notebook.
that's right. I want to open this box. I really do. Or this book.
What about this notebook? Oh, I spilled my Pringles.
Actually, that's something.
I heard the Pringles got. I heard that distinctive breakage, and
I know. I'm now actually heartbroken.
Hey, Queggles.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do with this book? The book that we found in the necromancy school at Still have
the chained one.
Yeah, the chained book.
Let me see if I can remember, because we were able to we were able to open the lock using knock, wasn't it?
Yes, you could use knock to open it for 10 minutes.
Yes, and we were able to read the letter.
Yes.
I have to go and check my notes to see what was on that.
As will I. Now I have to
I'm
go-
sorry. I'm going through the bag of holding, and at the bottom it's just
Book.
locked book.
Hold on. This one is. Oh, what did I nickname this one? Anything ongoing? It's not Is Romance Ravine a location?
Oh,
No.
It's on the subject of immortality.
Dark Creek Ruin. Here we go. Let's see. Do I have it listed here? Nope. I don't know. I don't know. I can't find it. It'll be in here somewhere. Alright, so
Oh my god.
What?
I'm going through some of my notes, and I've just found my notes on Oregon, and I've got the words Gavin of the Gates, surrounded by love hearts and kisses, saying "I love you, Gavin."
Oh yeah, poor Gavin.
Wait, what did you miss?
Nothing.
What was I okay? I mean, I obviously like Gavin.
No, you don't just like Gavin. You love Gavin.
I love Gavin.
Gavin is your soulmate now.
Alright. Okay. So as you make your way back, you travel into your tavern. You see that Zuvin has otherwise gathered up your stuff, and as you make your way in, you see all of them standing before you. Let's see, how many do you actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 staff members standing before you.
So many stuff.
Actually, no, it'll be 21 because one of them can't join. He's on duty still.
That would be Brock.
That would be
Right?
Borox, yeah.
Or
Yeah. Your Yanti guard.
Oh yeah, we have a Yanti working for us, don't we?
Yes.
we have two. Sort of.
Sort of.
We have a
Yeah,
copy.
one of them was on loan from this place, frankly.
What do you mean?
Sort of. I mean, the lady who basically sent this guy to us, she owns this place.
Oh, who sent Borox to you?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you remembered that. Yeah.
Look, I forget nothing about the creepy sex shack in the middle of the city.
It's not! It's also not in the middle of the city, it's underneath it. But...
Underneath their clientele.
yeah.
I hate myself. Right,
Okay.
that's completely unrelated, by the way.
So, as you kind of as you enter back in, Zubin kind of goes, "Ah, you've returned. Good. I've just finished gathering up everybody. So, I've told them that we've got the day off, and that you had some plans, and that if they wanted to join, they could. Where would you like to go?
Well,
Or what was the plan, I should say?
First I was thinking we could go to the bathhouses and relax. Anything past that, I'm not sure. It's up to where people would like to go. If anybody has any ideas of places they would like to go. I mean, this is a day for everyone. Gesturing to everyone.
Well, I mean, obviously we've got to end off the day with the bathhouse. That's what we always do. It's just right. What I'm thinking is maybe we do a bit of shopping.
Shopping. Bit of shopping.
Yeah.
Work.
Yes, I've been really wanting some exotic metals and dragon-killing poison.
Elsyan looks at Sasha with suspicious eyes. I don't want to bite you, bitch, is what he's thinking.
Well, if it's bathhouses at the end of the day and shopping beforehand, I'm not against that. Maybe just spend a day out and then reconvene at the end of the night for something like a meal and bathhouses to relax, and then head on home.
Keep it casual. This is...
You know, unless we want to go to the sexy snake shack.
You mean the massage parlor?
Yeah, that's what I said, wasn't it? Sexy snake shack.
No, massage parlor.
Sexy snake shack.
Massage.
God.
Sexy.
I'm not going to
no.
brothel.
Say it with me. Massage.
It's not a brothel.
Sexy.
Parlor.
Sexy
Snake
parlor.
shack.
Massage. Say the word. Massage. Parlor.
Massage.
Parlor.
If you're talking about the Silken
Parlour.
Serpentine, it's a masseuse's place.
Massage parlor.
Sexy Snake Shack.
Fuck. There you go. You eventually got to the joke I wanted to tell.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we are talking about that one.
She knows. She's just playing. I think maybe.
It's
I hope.
Sasha's being Sasha. I understand. Right.
Uh,
Well, if that's the
I like-
case, lead on.
Naturally.
He kind of looks around. A few of them do want to join. Fang is comfortable joining. Let's see, who on this list would want to join? So, Zuvan's going to join. Borox is still on duty. Penivert and Vardra, yeah, they'll join. Marie and Shen are going to stay here and just relax for the day. Angus is going to remain here. Eldariel, your sous chef, is going to join you. Sheba's going to join you for sure. Fredor is going to stay here and look after Chunk and the pets. He can join the one shot.
Yes.
Braze Lonk is going to join you. Actually, no, he'll join you in the evening. He won't join you for the daytime activities. Feng will join you. Brantz will join you. Samantha and Maze will join you as well. They're your healing team. Lenel is going to join you as well, as is... Actually, no, Linda's probably not at work at the moment because she doesn't live here. She lives with her dad. She's your bookie, so she probably wouldn't be joining this. Bunk's currently out on duty. He doesn't just work for you. Sina is going to join you, and your Dryad is going to stay home to look after other pets as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a fair few of your stuff. Let me just mark down which ones those were. Okay. So, where were you headed first?
Good question.
Shops, I guess. What times do people want to go to? Unless we want to get massages.
I think what we do is we get massages first, and then go shopping, and then hit the bathhouse afterwards. Because I feel like we can't do the massages then the bathhouse. That feels weird, even though that does make some sense.
To get clean afterwards.
Yeah, I
I don't know.
prefer
We'll go to
bath.
the We'll go to the massage parlor first. Then.
Okay.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Massage.
Can they? Do they have the facilities for a group of this? It's fairly.
It's a
large.
very extensive group, and from what you understand, it's either a private clientele or it works on a basis of if a lot of people do show up, they have the room for it.
Excellent.
Okay. Yes, that should be fine. Okay, I'm going to
If I can-
leave Felipe behind to ease the pressure on the guards, so that, they can come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the best place to start then.
Okay, what were you going to say, Malcolm?
I was gonna say, if I can, I'd like to speak with the twins. Kind of
Okay.
Vardra.
Okay, I'm just going to find the details for how much it costs for your time at the Silken Serpentine. Okay.
That book.
Right. So,
I believe those two were the ones.
I
that
know you
did.
know the price is Infernal. Behold, I knew those numbers off by heart.
He knows exactly how many apples he needs to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
And they were honest with him. They took the exact amount of coin, no more, no less.
And that is why we.
And I made sure.
Okay. So, heading there first, let's see, who would be interested in going with you for this? I'd say... Obviously, Abod's going with you as well.
Yeah, Abod.
Fucking horny snake man.
Look, he's been
But
undead for like
is this
hundreds of
real?
years.
He just got his dick back, I get it. Quick question. Is this our Abod, or is this the real Abod, or is it all of the Abods?
It's probably just going to be the simulacrum because he's been invited. He's not going to tell the others.
Okay, here's the new idea. Do simulacrums fuck?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, now
Sure.
So what you're saying is you can get up for
Okay.
your own simulacrum.
yes, Infernal. Infernal, like the way you think. This is.
This is Elsyan's new goal in life.
Okay.
I need to go find some rubies. I'll be gone for a day.
He abandoned Sasha for himself. Oh,
I
my
know
God.
I told you to go fuck yourself a few times. I didn't mean that literally.
Hold on, Queglod, what were you saying?
That raises a follow-up question. Can simulacrums reproduce?
No, is what I'm going to say for that part.
Can a simulacrum reproduce with another simulacrum?
No. If a simulacrum is made of magic, it straight up can't reproduce. But, I mean, it has everything else to do everything
But
else.
they can have sex.
Because, I mean, it's not exactly going to not have what it has.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah.
Hey,
So,
Sasha.
but when they get to the end,
No.
it's just like a puddle of snow.
I mean, you're not wrong.
God.
Oh, this is getting to questions I don't want to ask.
Guys, Chris is getting uncomfortable. Keep going.
It's
This
not
is a
necessarily
more
uncomfortable, it's
questions.
just questions I never thought I'd have to answer. Like,
Okay,
Yeah.
now here's my question.
it
What
raises
if you
questions
take the
as
mind of a
to.
simulacrum and put that into a clone body?
I mean,
Harlan?
that's getting too far and also treading on the Raven Queen's realm. Anyway, so.
No, it's not. It's perfectly reasonable.
What is up with Sasha wanting to break the Raven Queen's?
That's what Sasha
Well,
does.
I don't want to break them. I just want to bend them in new and exciting ways.
Just want to see what happens if Queglod gets angry.
To me.
I don't want to see Queglod angry. I would run to the Barrenlands if Queglod was angry.
It's true.
Hides behind
No,
the
no,
queen, and the queen just
there's no
goes,
soul.
I'm not dealing with that.
There's no soul fuckery. At best, I'm being mildly morbid with a corpse. But it's not even a corpse. It's gonna get reused.
Okay.
That's necromancy.
That- okay.
So's the
Anyway.
clone spell, but apparently the Raven Queen
Anyway.
isn't.
Behind Sasha. mess up.
Anyway, yes,
As
yes.
you're
sorry,
having
Chris.
this question,
Stop it.
or this
Stop
kind
it.
of weird question, you arrive at the outside of the upstairs entrance, which, as you know, has a doorway which leads to the downstairs area. As you enter into the main foyer, you see what looks to be a number of what look to be just these kind of round, cushioned purple and red sofas, kind of just lounge sofas for people to sit on and enjoy. You see tables with what look to be some form of pipe and heating contraption, a bong, if you will. You see kind of plates of food that have been placed around the area, and you see a number of what look to be humanoid forms, otherwise moving around carrying some of these plates or sitting with various guests, just enjoying themselves. They are wearing kind of typical clothing, nothing too revealing, but otherwise they're sat around enjoying themselves, kind of talking, having fun. And as you enter in, you see the individual who's rustling.
I'm trying to find another notebook. I've read through 8 of them, and I can't find the name of this material. I've now found 2 more notebooks. I'm going to have to read through these 2.
Okay, have fun.
Oh my god. Fuck me, what have I done
As
with
you
my
as you
life?
kind of look in, you can see that there is a individual otherwise sat behind a countertop. Queglod, with your recently acquired witch sight, you look around. A few of these individuals are otherwise using basic glamours to hide snake-like features. Given this is the front area, this seems to be just a general presentation so that anybody who is coming in for the first time won't be caught off guard by the snake people. Or will kind of not know initially.
I wish they would have done that when Malcom first was there. Jeez.
Yeah, well, you arrived at a bad time, so.
Stupid, sexy snake people.
So, you arrive as a giant clientele. She kind of looks up at all of you. Well, I have to say it's a rather large group. Bringing a lot of friends this time, Malcom?
Yes, it's the day off. We're just looking to relax.
Ah, I note your... She kind of stops. Never mind. So,
Yeah.
what'll it be? Spas, rest, food and comfort? Just a place to relax?
I
Extras?
mean, the spa sounds quite nice.
Extras. Is that a foot rub?
You don't have
Rubbing
feet.
something.
We went through
but
this.
They can rasp my feet and make them
Can they?
feel nice.
Do you want them to paint your hooves?
No, but
God.
they're chipped and they're scuffed. It'd probably be nice to actually have them trimmed a little bit, you know?
That would come as part of the spa, but that would be fine.
That'd be cool.
Extras is something
The-
more personal.
Yes. I
Rubbing something.
As
What's
Rook,
that?
Abad.
as Rook hears that and feels a burning
I-
sensation as if his wife was strangling him. Not
I
actually there.
I think whoever wants extras can ask for extras. For the moment, a spa treatment for everyone. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I must ask: are you paying for your employees, or are they paying for themselves?
They can pay for
Uh,
extras on their own.
Extras on their
extras
own.
on their own. I think we'll pay for the spa treatment
Okay.
for everyone.
So
We'll pay for the...
okay. So you have. I'm just going to write this down for
The
my.
spa treatment includes the massage, right?
1, 2, 3. Yes. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you have 13 party members with you joining, plus your group. It is 20 GP per. So you'd be looking at. Yeah, so you'd be looking at 260 gold from one of you for your staff members, and then 20 for each of you personally.
How much gold
At
is
a tavern.
It was 200 much?
260 gold for the spa for everyone.
I'll
I
cover
can
that.
pay that.
Oh, you know what? Do you want to split it?
Uh,
130 each?
how much? 130?
130
130
each?
Yeah.
Okay. Abod will pay for his extras.
Filthy.
Um, He's going to put down a quantity of money, but you're not going to find out.
I know exactly the quantity he's putting.
Look, it may or may
you
not
debate
be
Infernal, but Bern doesn't know.
good. It may or not be good digits.
It's too much.
Yeah, for him it's not. Okay. So as you all are kind of led inside, you travel through kind of some light purple curtains into a kind of follow-on area. You see more people kind of resting and enjoying themselves. At this point, it becomes a little bit more blunt on the individuals here, as you see one kind of like large hulking figure, crossed arms, large kind of cobra head, snake head, kind of just crossed arms, just this very broad and very behold-esque like figure, who's currently just standing there, kind of looks out about your group. There's kind of a pause as he would go to react before seems like one of the individuals going with you kind of puts their hand up and you're let through. As you travel on, you are each either split up into groups of 3 or 4 and travel to other various rooms as the massaging begins. You are otherwise laid onto various beds. They massage your shoulders, your back, your lower spine, your legs, your feet, or your hooves in some cases, as well as taking care of any kind of pains or aches in your shoulders and arms, your hands as well, as they do a full kind of body massage. They take care of any broken or chipped nails. They file them down, take care of them, braid hair, comb it, wash it with rather special perfume for the majority of you. The gent in your group, otherwise, you have the option to receive your fingernails being done, as do the ladies in that regard. but the ladies, they're a little bit more encouraged about it, and each of you can choose whether you would have a male or female masseuse work on you. I'll let you choose that in your own minds.
Elsyan is getting his fingernails painted.
His fingers painted, just the whole thing.
Why not? The whole hand. He's getting a tattoo on both his hands.
They do tattoos, but that's again extra.
I'm gonna tattoo Sasha.
Do they do tattoo removals?
I mean,
You can't get it removed. No,
Magical.
stop it.
You can't get it
It is
removed because it's magical. It's a magical mark. It's not a
You
tattoo.
guys gave me such a. This is borderline psychological torment. This is, in some places, genuinely a crime. In others, fuck you.
I don't know what you could possibly be talking about, Sam. What could you possibly be referring to?
Tramp stamp.
Okay. As this is going on, let's see who would be in that group. I would say Rook and Malcom, you two would be together, alongside two others. As Animal is with you as well. Brands is getting his stuff done. Malcom, they go through your horns and proceed to kind of lightly chip away at excess bits, kind of smooth and file it in. They get rid of any dirt within your horns or hair. They clean you up very, very well. As this is going on, you watch as what looks to be a rather broad male Yanti otherwise comes in, and Abod is led away of your group.
Bye,
from your
Abod.
group.
Male Yanti or a female?
Male.
Did I do that?
Oh,
It is
It's the
otherwise led
guard.
away.
It's the guard.
you don't know that, Malcolm.
I've
We
been
can
here
ask later.
before.
Do you want to make an insight check? I'll say you're the only one who can,
Yeah.
given you've got experience here.
Sure, why not?
Go ahead.
Don't like prejudge Abod.
12.
12. From being here before, you know that the guards do escorting of people to and from. They also do escorting in other ways. So it could be either. It's hard to tell.
Everyone hates
Yeah.
fucking whore, isn't it?
Look, some of these
Everyone
guys
has
have
that.
have snake arms. You don't want to get in their way.
Oh god, that's the
Whoa.
three.
Well, maybe you do.
Either way.
Slithery. Anyway,
Oh my
Either way,
God.
Abod is led away as you're otherwise getting your yourself taken care of. For
on
those
my
of
end,
you,
can I just?
Hmm?
On my end, just little detail. I'm going to be like having my hair fully like brushed, conditioned. You know, the full like care package for my hair.
yeah, they'll do
Yeah,
that.
it's under a helmet all day.
Elsyan is going to be sat next to Sasha, having the same thing done.
Okay. With the two of you kind of being in the same room, you two would probably be in a room on your own then, rather than with other people, because otherwise it'd be split between genders depending on the nature of the full massage. So
Look, I'll be honest. We've all the staff will be fine, but everyone else has seen each other, seen everything.
yeah, I know your group has, but otherwise
But
they still
it's
split
a
you
business.
accordingly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
business. It's
yeah.
what they have to do for professionalism.
We're getting a couples treatment. It's fine.
It's
Exactly.
lovely. I'm having a good time together.
But other than that, Queglod, you're with some of the others as you're kind of enjoying yourselves as well. Again, your hair, as seen with Sasha, is combed, conditioned, braided for some of you as you just relax before they otherwise lead each of you to a small kind of warm hot rock pool where you're allowed to bathe and relax, kind of just setting the woes away. The rest of you receive this treatment eventually. Let's see. Is there anybody here that this would affect? Just looking through your staff real quick. Yeah. Zuvan's going to pay some extra. As part of the gents group, he otherwise pays a little bit extra. And you see he is otherwise allowed access to the mud bath that you once saw Behold once do.
Oh yeah, the mud Not bad.
He pays the extra and relaxes. You know that he's going to take a while, but given that his scaly form, they otherwise take all the bits of dirt, grime, sweat, or anything else out from in between the scales, and then proceed to, as he gets into the mud bath, he's then relaxed and submerged and takes some time off. Seemingly some much needed time. Okay. After your relaxing time at the spa, it's probably been about 3 or so hours, given the full massage, the full time of waiting, relaxing, and just spending some time. You all feel a lot more loose now. Carrying around that heavy armor for Sasha and Rook, it lays a weight onto your shoulders, and with this kind of relaxing sense, you feel very much at home. You head outside, you each go your own ways and do your own little bits of shopping. While this is going on, you kind of split off into your different groups and do whatever. Queglod, I believe you wanted to talk to Bern.
Oh my
yeah.
god, I just had a thought of what I'm doing.
Okay, Bern. Quick question. Given you know the conversation that's happening, do you want the rest of the party here for this, yes or no?
No.
Okay. I would like all of you to move to waiting and looking to play, and I will have Bern come and collect you once the conversation has been completed.
Roger, Roger.
Getting there.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's change the music up real quick. As you're kind of walking along in just the general shopping, your party has split up somewhat.
Yeah,
You
I
see
will.
Bern is standing off to one side, kind of looking through various goods.
I will get his attention and make sure we're lead him over to somewhere like private where we're not going to be heard.
Oh, you wanted to talk to him?
Yes, there's just one small matter. You see, as of recently, my vision has improved. I can see through illusions or shape change on people.
Oh.
So, yes, I can now see your true form. This, hopefully, presumably, isn't going to change anything between us. I just thought that since I can see, you ought to know.
Yes. I mean, I would hope it wouldn't change anything.
No. I don't intend to tell anyone. That's obviously it's your secret, but I just thought you ought to be aware that I know.
That's fine. I don't mind you knowing, at least. I don't want anyone else, though.
That's fine.
Their mouths are kind of loose.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, regardless, we've established perfectly well that there's nothing religious between us that would cause any sorts of issues, regardless of anything like that. And I have nothing against it personally, so
True.
I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Speaking of which, with that you could see through the people like that hurricane guy.
Yes, it unfortunately came just too late for that, but that shouldn't be happening to us again.
Yes. At least there won't be any spies from them. Is this active all the time?
Yes. Felipe has it as well.
Ah, good. Shame you won't be able to see my beautiful mustache.
Oh, she can. It's just
Yeah,
like
we established that I can kind of tell.
it's got like a 50% transparency filter. So, except I'd say the mustache is probably bright orange, so it's a bit more standout-ish. I'll have to think that it's just like his form, and then there's just this bright orange moustache in the middle of it. But it's not even aligned properly, it just like stuck as an eyebrow or something.
Yes, no. Conveniently, I can still tell when such effects are present. Otherwise, that could cause some confusion if I could see. For instance, a shape changer in a different form, but had no idea that was happening.
Oh, okay. Good. That's perfect. Yes. I was not aware you would get this kind of vision. But yes, I have no ill intentions, and everything should be fine.
That's good. While I've got you here, what's your plan for the future?
Well, at the moment, after dealing with Prince of Blood, hopefully, I'd probably try and... By the way, dealing with the Prince of Blood would mean that we get rid of the Taratan, right?
Dealing with the Prince of Blood would mean that they've lost their main power source. This doesn't mean that they're dealt with, it just means that it frees up a lot of your ability to do stuff.
After taking care of that and taking over the city of certain Taratan Empress, probably go to the Ether and do some stuff there.
Fair enough.
Expand my knowledge.
I mean, I suppose you have a slightly better idea of what to expect there now.
True. Now I need to get some iron. How about you? I don't know much. Your family is somewhat mysterious.
My parents are necromancers.
I see.
They were, of course, responsible for the raid on our tower. How exactly, I'm not entirely certain yet. With that attack, I need to deal with them. With that attack, they've been pushed up the agenda.
Where are they? Do you know that? Do you know where they are?
They're at my old home in the Highlands.
Quite far away, then.
I was able to receive a vision of it, and it seems rather well fortified. There's a small town a short ways outside, which appeared to be filled entirely with undead. So as much as I would like to charge in and take them down, it's just not going to be possible at the moment.
I see. By the way, I'm not sure if Bern knows this, but your sister isn't working with them, right?
Not to my knowledge. She seems to be attempting to work against them.
Why not try and get in contact with her?
That's easier said than done, but I'll see what I can do.
I mean, an enemy of your enemy is your ally. Or is she also a necromancer?
Well, she was studying at that academy in Oromance Ravine.
Darkreap.
Darkreap, yeah. But they've something of an arrangement with the Raven Queen. It's a little bit complex.
Oh, so the Raven Queen doesn't get in her business?
No, although... So she may be involved in some necromantic activities. Everything that she does is within the rules, if by technicality, rather than being within the spirit of the Raven Queen's teachings. There is an understanding between their organization and ours.
Uh-huh. Well, then I don't see much of a problem with you working together, if that's the case.
There shouldn't be. The difficulty is finding it. Oh, one other thing. The Sanguine Sun. They operate all over the world, right?
I think it's just the Empire.
They work primarily in the Empire. Their reach is not limited by other nations, but their main headquarters is within the Empire. You understand, as a general thing, there's one thing I'm also going to send you for this. Their primary goal is to defeat a task force known as the Holy Crimson. the Holy Crimson is the new founding by the Emperor, or the Empress, sorry, by the information I just told you. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I have this information.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Zusir Sugu, the Empress, is the one who otherwise controls the Holy Crimson, and their entire organization is based around the idea of being the true chosen Taratan, which, to your knowledge from the atrocities, now that you have it, is that they are the Prince of Blood's chosen.
And they're working with him now.
And they're working with him now, yes. So your organization's primary goal is to defeat and destroy her, but it is not out of the realm of possibility for them to do other things. They do help the Empire in various ways, but not in plain day. And they don't typically they don't support goals that wouldn't benefit them either.
Why'd you ask?
Well, a lot of your organization specializes in working behind the scenes, is my understanding.
Yes.
If so, they may have the capacity to infiltrate the manor and to find out a bit of information about it. I suspect I'd have to do something to make it worth their while, but if you could get me in touch with them about such matters, that would be very helpful.
I'll see what I can do. I'll need to get in contact. But
Okay.
if they have some free agents, then yes. Could it be?
Alright, thank you. Yes, I'm going to talk to Blackhold as well. Get in contact with them and see what resources they have for mounting an assault.
I will say, on your side of things, Bern, because I haven't been keeping up with it, you actually have around about like 8k worth of tokens to use, just for like hiring out individuals to do your grunt work for information gathering and stuff like that from the Sanguine Sun. So by all means, you have like 8k worth of gold to pay people to go and do missions. So you have the ability to do so. It's just their success rate, which varies.
Yeah, I'll need to get someone with actual skills rather than a bunch of retards.
Exactly. Because if you're getting a bunch of like the Taratan drones, they're not going to be able to do squat because, as you said, they're pretty much mindless. Whereas if you get like skilled Taratan Inquisitors, they're going to be able to do the job to the top quality, but they're going to eat through your economy. So.
Yeah. But yes, that could work. Yes.
All right. Okay. If you're able to get in contact with them, then let me know what the outcome is.
I'll see to that as soon as I can. Then. Shall we head back to the others?
Yes, if anything comes of this, we'll obviously let them know of what we've managed to sort out, but obviously I'll keep quiet about the first matter.
I think the only problems that I see could come up is daylight or sunbeam or the other one, moonbeam. Not want to get hit by those. They reveal my form to everyone.
Moonbeam does. Sunbeam just does double damage because you're vulnerable
Wow.
to it. So it's gonna just eat through your health.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind if it ever comes up.
Yes, I think it's just you and Malcom that use it. Yes. Let's head back.
Right. Yes, let's rejoin the others.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay. Yep, go grab them. Good, that's all done.
Okay, that was fairly successful.
Okay. As you're wandering around, looking for items, is there anything anybody would specifically like to buy? We still missing a Sudz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since it doesn't. Okay, is he dead?
I'm
he's
just
gone.
gonna drag Sudz back in. He can get back
I was
into
about
it.
to do that,
Okay.
yeah.
Wait,
I don't have the person that I tried.
No.
Can I be keeping an eye out for cooking classes, specifically for elven flatbread?
Oh man.
and can I be keeping an eye out for books
Or at the very least, a
on
cookbook.
books on learning Dwarvish?
Okay. So the two of you looking for presence to better the other person. I'll say both
Yes,
of you
we
go
want
ahead and
human-
roll me
it's
separate
illegal
investigation checks.
Of course,
This is a
as
bit.
we are. We are.
This is
Just imagine.
reaching far for me, but any classes on Primordial?
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. You got 3 luckies today, so you know you could try.
Oh,
I rolled. I got an 18.
my
This is the highest I've ever rolled on an investigation check.
Oh,
I'm
guys,
back.
I only rolled a 5 naturally, so that's a 15.
Rolling what?
What we're specifically
Are you
looking
luckying, Bern? Okay.
Fuck.
12,
Rolling
14.
for
You have
what?
2 more.
We're just for the stuff we're looking
Just
for.
for stuff they're looking
shopping.
for.
Getting better.
You're
It's
not
getting better.
rolling.
Next one's going to be an 18. Let's go.
Let's go.
Well,
Well, you can take the 16, so.
That's 18.
On the 16? Okay. Looking around, there don't seem to be classes on Primordial as such. And not really knowing what the language would look like, it's also difficult to find. It would take some time, and it's time you frankly don't have. Something that you may be able to learn later on. Other than that, not particularly anything of worth for you on that side, Bern. Sasha, with your 18, you look around, you do find, and not necessarily specifically Elven Flatbread, but you do find books on Elven cuisine. You find them in the library, or you could purchase them for 10 gold apiece to buy a cookbook of some form regarding Elven cuisine, flatbread, or natural stuff like that. You learn from its nutritional value, it is junk food. But, but it
The
is
best kind.
Elven junk food. Elsyan,
Okay,
with your 15, looking for learning Dwarvish.
I'm going to be buying the book, by the way.
Okay. So just spend 10 gold on that.
Mm.
Yeah, Elsyan, as you look for something to kind of learn Dwarvish, it's difficult. There are classes for it, and you understand that by just looking around, but there aren't necessarily books on it. It can help teach you the script, but saying the language is a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
I do have a book I'm looking for then.
Elsyan is going to sign himself up for one of these classes then.
Okay.
This is what he's doing. I was just going to be learning spells, but this is what I'm doing instead.
Okay. So
Learning
that will cost
Dwarvish.
you, I believe it's 1 gold an hour, typically, for something to be trained like this, and it'll take you about 40 hours to succeed. So
Okay.
we'll say this takes you... Well, it takes you part of the week kind of learning and picking up on these things, and you get through the majority of it.
Okay. Like, I just want to have something that actually does help with this. I could be wrong. No, I'm probably... No, I'm wrong. I don't have anything, but it's not written down.
Bricks metal.
There you go.
Oh yeah, brick.
Oh yeah. While we were in the other room, Rook gave me.
Yeah,
the
I've
handle.
given Elsyan the.
The handle.
Yeah.
Yep, and yes, it was made of bricks. I did find the document, but I was going to see how long it took you.
Oh, I've gone through 12 notebooks.
It's fine. It was between 2 different metals. It was between that and... I think it was... This was equivalent of gun steel, I think. Hold on. Xandrox was the other one that it was
Fair.
potentially. It was that or bricks.
Oh, Elsyan, you have a bricks pill.
Excellent. I will house bricks, but you know.
BRYKS.
Bricks.
Okay. Malcolm, you were looking for something as well?
Yes. I wanted to find this books, right?
There's anything. This is just what are you looking for?
Oh, I want to see if I can find like a cooking book, basically. Like
Okay.
either one with recipes or one that can help me understand putting some flavors with other flavors to make them.
Okay, so more of a master
Stand
levels
out.
book. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check for that then, please. Queglod and Rook, is there anything you would like to look for?
I really don't have too much fuss, because, I mean, I don't want to buy anything because I'm waiting for Ozbone. I mean,
There is actually something I'd like to get.
Okay.
You remember on the time skip we had like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
The really long one where I
think
met.
so.
Yeah,
The tea
where
guy.
I was
Is that?
No. I took a quite a long expedition to make some money, and met a guy who had like enchanted medallions.
Oh,
he could
yeah,
throw.
the consumable magic armor medallions.
Yes. I would be interested. I've got a little time over the time skip, other than what we've accounted for. So I'd be interested in trying to look into figuring out how to make those,
Okay.
potentially with various different spells. But for that, I of course need medallions.
Okay.
So I want to try and get some ones that would be high enough quality to enchant reasonably well.
Okay, so looking for receptive
only
medallions. Okay.
Yeah.
Given the nature of this, it will probably require either silver, gold, or platinum. Platinum's obviously going to be expensive. Silver's going to be cheaper, but it's going to be doable. Gold's going to be the middle ground of the two. Copper or bronze isn't going to be high enough for this. If you're looking for
No,
more
that's
precious metals, they're going to be harder to find, but they're going to be a lot more receptive to, say, 5th or 6th level spells. That's
I'm only looking
Arcanium
to
stuff,
make
so.
quite low level spells.
Okay, so silver would work well for this. So looking around for some kind of cool looking medallions, go ahead and roll me an investigation check on that. And Rook, you just want to hang out with your staff members then?
I might just go hang out in the Church of Steel, or just go walking around rummaging. Might buy a couple of trinkets for the kids or something.
Okay.
Investigation was that?
Yep.
24.
Okay, and Malcolm, what did you get total?
23.
Okay. So, with the two of you, you find a plentiful source of medallions. People are happily selling medallions as tokens or trinkets or kind of collector's coins. You find quite a few of them as you just go through, take a look. You can spend a fair amount on them. Each one is about 5 gold pieces, so you can spend as much as you'd like on those, as you find a good source. And 23 for a master's level cooking book. You look through, and at first you find just the basic cooking books or kind of intermediate level of cooking books, and there aren't that many. But eventually you find what looks to be one individual selling a rather nice looking cooking book of a master's degree. You kind of get a look, you go to pick it up, the individual kind of stops you and kind of points out how much it is, as the book itself costs around about 1,000 gold. But you do get a magical read off of it.
Oh? I can pay that. Can I take a look?
Okay. Taking a look through the book, you look through and you see that this seems to be a cookbook of some form. It seems to be that of more of a customized cookbook, and the recipes within kind of explain the making of a lot of recipes which are very kind of foreign to you, but from all over. This is a collection of pretty much anything you would like to make. The combinations, how you would make it, the accurate ratios, the perfect timings. This is a very good cook's book. This is considered a +2 to your cooking utensils while you're using them, and if you have a workstation, you will maintain advantage if anything would interrupt it. So if you're in a rush order, you do not suffer disadvantage. You maintain advantage for being at a workstation.
I'm buying this.
Oh, I assumed you'd already paid for it. That's how you know this stuff.
Well, I was gonna say, I said I can pay for it. I was asking them if I could.
Oh, okay.
Real quick.
Yeah, so paying for that, it's +2 to your cook's utensils. So it's a very good book in terms of what it does. It's going to help you make a lot of good stuff for cooking in the future. And given the recipes, you're going to be able to delve into a lot of different things as well. With the use of crate and just with crate food and water, you could make pretty much anything with this.
I like this. That is 100% worth this.
Okay. With the rest of you kind of getting together, Rook, you kind of begin to watch some of your stuff. Pineva and Vardra, they have two very distinctly different tastes. Where one's a monk and one's a mage. The monk seems to go for a bit more of a... They don't necessarily like shopping too much, whereas her sister, who is the mage, seems to want to be going clothes shopping today. And wants to go around, collect a bunch of other things, kind of magic books and so on. Zuvan joins you later, and otherwise spends a good amount of gold on what looks to be kind of sweets and treats, as well as kind of hard rock candy. As you kind of get into a conversation with him, he is sending them back for his kids also.
I might follow suit. I might get some hard rock candy.
He buys some of that, and he kind of explains how he sends them in packages, and how he used to have Hurricane send them, but obviously with Hurricane no longer being around, he has recently been utilizing the postal service from your rookery that you do have. Your other staff members, your sous chef goes ahead and buys some new tools, as well as what looks to be a gift for the head chef Angus. Sheba is currently busy, has what looks to be this long shopping list, and currently writing off tallies, and looking down at each of the items on it has a name for one of her... Hold on, I need to look. How many brothers and sisters does she have? I need to quickly check this, because this is important.
A lot.
I know. 13 of her brothers and sisters. As well as her mum and dad, and quite a lot of uncles and aunts as well. She's a kobold. You understand why. You've been to Kjolnir. You know that those families get big.
Fair.
But she's got a long shopping list for each of them. Feng seems to be looking around, and he's currently going through various historical texts in the library, but other than that, not really buying anything. Animal seems to be... It's strange, and at first you kind of see him buying beef jerky as well as collars and kind of leads. It's weird. And upon kind of questioning him about it, he has a side job for walking dogs in the neighborhood.
Oh, that's adorable.
As you do not get the fluffy small dogs in the Barren Lands, as they typically get eaten by lions and such. So small fluffy dogs are a lot more his style. So he's been walking dogs recently.
Oh, no wonder he left the Barrenlor.
Weirdly enough, Chihuahuas survive fine.
Yeah.
Oh my
Who knows
God,
how?
Can you imagine?
Then
Balls
you've got
of rage.
Then you've got Samantha, who for the most part seems to just be picking up weights. Not entirely sure why. She's part of the healing team, but she's picking up just like general kind of weightlifting tools and similar things. Maze just seems to be... doesn't seem to be buying much, and is just wandering around as do, just kind of window shopping. Lenel is happily going about his business, just checking all the shops, and he seems to be on more of a business trip, taking this very professionally rather than casually, as he's noting down the prices of everything in every shop that he goes into. And he may try and undercut some other stores, given that he is a shopkeeper, but, you know. Cena is out buying precious metals for the blacksmith, and after Abod returns, very much relaxed.
Well, was he satisfied?
He is satisfied.
Has he got like some glow about him?
He has. It's like this strange kind of greenish aura around him as he's wandering about, just like happy, this beaming smile across his face in his more humanoid form, with the glamour of a disguised self over him, so that he isn't too noticeable. But he is happy. It's kind of this weird fake person, as you've seen Abod in his true form, which is kind of humanoid torso, snake waist down, and snake neck up, with a longer neck, as he is a Yanti head mage. But in how he looks fake, but he looks ecstatic. Strange.
Hey, you good?
Yes, I'm fine. I had a wonderful time. Yes, actually. I look forward to my next day off.
Oh dear.
This is how you treat all your days off. You're not getting another one. Behave yourself. You're not a boy.
Stop it.
Look, it's been 300 years.
I was joking. I apologize.
300
that's
years?
fine.
You know what?
Oh yeah.
God, it must have been like a fucking cannon.
Someone died in there. Oh,
Fuck! We're gonna hope they end that place out after. Jesus!
Oh.
Oh my god!
he's been undead for 300 years, and he's only recently returned back to this, and you know he's not really accustomed to the area, and he's not allowed to leave the shop really. So,
I mean,
Guys?
being a
Okay.
married man, I understand. So I'm just gonna put one hand on his shoulder and say, "I understand." And just
Party huddle. Okay. Party huddle. Party huddle. Okay. Guys, we need to get Abbott a girlfriend.
oh man, this is a workshop.
Okay. Here's my question here. Do we get one girlfriend for all the abbots, or do we find a girlfriend for each abbot?
Oh my
Or
word.
do we find a girlfriend who has multiple versions of themselves?
Wait.
So we
a
just
girl-
find a
we need to
girlfriend
find
make a simulacrum.
Right. Okay. I don't. Not a terrible idea. Okay. Right. Here's the thought. Here is a thought. What we do is we find a girl that has multiple identical sisters.
Oh my.
Like
You're gonna find him Nurse Joy.
I
Oh
will
god.
Nurse Joy
He's turning into
or
Brock.
Officer Jenny, whichever way. Whether he wants to gentle him up, that's his choice.
Okay, no. It might be Nurse Joseph.
Don't.
We still haven't established that, frankly.
Thank you, Harlan, for countering my assumptions. Yes, Joseph might also need to be acquired. Why not both? Why not get each
I
one?
mean, yeah, like, you know, there's no guaranteeing that each of the abbots doesn't have different preferences at the moment.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. We are getting far too into the love life of.
Yeah.
quite frankly, something-
We need a creepy old Yanti dating app.
I
As you're
think I'd
kind
rather
of
be
standing
up
there and you
fighting.
just stand there and say that, Abel just looks at you and just goes, "You know what? You do you." He just wanders on and goes about
Yeah.
his way.
You know what?
We can hook you up!
I'm gonna back
Sasha.
up off this conversation. I'm out. Malcolm's not dealing with this anymore.
Okay.
Wait, Malcolm, we need. Oh, fuck. We could at least give him like a discount at the place and give him the occasional extra day off, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you work out. It'll be the day when we desperately need him, and like,
Okay.
Oh,
we'll
Oh, you'll have to go down there and stop him.
Okay. Right.
jeez.
Right. Okay. We set him up with a speller stone, and we tell him that he's on call. He has days where he's on call, where we can call him up when you need a problem. That way, you don't have to go there and do. Oh God, speller stones give
that'd be
visuals.
That'd be
Speller
really
stones
awkward though,
give
won't
visuals.
It'd be like, a bot. Oh no.
Oh no.
You know what?
I
If he-
recommend sending Sasha in first.
You know what? If he
Yeah.
fucks enough, then he'll get bored of the fucking.
Will he? Will he though?
No.
Did
No,
you
he
not see
won't.
the smile on his face?
Okay,
No.
that's after 300 years of backlog. Okay.
Ah.
And he has the luxury of not having to worry about kids at the end of it either. Like, come on.
Okay, I think you've got other issues with this whole situation Rook, that I think you're a bit too close to.
Oh, I will say I am writing that into my list of Rook quotes to give to your wife. By the way.
Shit.
Now, Rook, what will you pay Sasha for that book never to come to light?
I swear to God.
Non-death?
I will throw you at Webval. I will throw you. I will physically drag you and I'll throw you at Webval.
I'm sending to Abbott. Abbott, there is a journal in my room. You will need to send that. If anything happens to me, you send that to Rook's wife. You let nothing stop you.
There's
Okay,
there's
guys,
a pause
I've got
as
another one shot in mind.
there's a pause as there's this wait, and then he just goes. So 1 minute you want to hook me up, and second you want me to send a private notebook to Rook's wife. Who do you think I am?
No, no,
I'm not going to steal his wife.
no,
Oh,
no.
God.
It's just to make it. It's just to. Jesus, no, Abbott.
You sending
We're
another
going to find
sending?
you. Yes, I'm saying another one. No, Abbott. We're going to find you. So we're going to. Well, we want to help you find someone who you'll be happy with, who is unattached. This is for blackmail reasons.
I'm not getting involved in blackmail. Thank you for trying. I'll do it on my own.
Goodness.
Fair enough.
This has turned out terribly.
I don't
I
know.
disagree.
I disagree. It's gone pretty well. Alright. So, spending the rest of the day
I mean,
looking
I
around and
got an
shopping.
amazing book, but like,
Yeah.
come on.
We got a decent book. The party goes around shopping, looking for various things, getting hard rock candy for kids as well as trinkets. Hard rock candy costs you about like 2 silver, so
You could phrase that a little better, you know. Oh, hard rock candy for kids.
for your
My kids, specifically.
For your kids, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I mean, could get some
Go.
for what was his name again?
Anyway,
Rat.
oh Morbin. Oh, you're Sasha and Elsyan's kid.
Yeah.
Kevlar.
Come on, get him,
Kevlar.
get him candy. Come on, you two.
He's not actually our child. You realise that? We can't.
Treat him as a
We are
child.
experimenting, and quite frankly,
He calls you.
I'm not
young
sure
and
He's
bad.
older than I am.
So,
if anything, he should be buying Sasha hard rock candy.
No, I'm committed. I'm fully committed to this is your child now. And
Sasha's
whenever
just like,
something,
yes, I am baby. Please buy me things.
when
Yeah,
he goes to
no.
break something, it'll be like, so who's responsible for this one? His parents, them two, and
Yep.
yeah.
I blame Uncle Rook for not being a supportive role model.
No, Uncle Rook is, of course, being the fun uncle.
oh yeah, fun.
No, we got fun Uncle Rook. I don't actually know where.
Terrifying Aunt Queglod.
Oh no! Wait, terrified. No, the aunt that you're terrified of, but you know if if shit goes down, that's the one you go to.
Yeah, you know what? It's Mafia Aunt.
Oh,
so,
fuck.
back on track here.
Yeah.
As you gather up your things from paying, you head to the bathhouse. The rest of your staff join you. As you otherwise head inside, the individual behind the countertop here just kind of looks up as you see the same individual that you remember from previously, Casita, the elven individual. She looks up and just goes, "Ah, it's been a long time since I've seen your faces. A lot of familiar ones, though, looking around the rest of your group. Oh, welcome. Are you looking for baths for the night?
Yes.
Are you looking for your own private housing, or are you looking for, or some group housing for different members, or are you looking to use the public baths?
How busy are the public baths?
Not been too busy, but I do know that, well, it won't be busy for you, kind of looking at Queglod, Sasha, and the other ladies in your group. It won't be busy for you, but
Fuck.
for the rest of you, the guards have just come off of duty.
Oh God.
Oh, does this mean I can find the guard? Oh, I need to
Find that one guard that one
I need
time.
to find that one guard that one time.
Naked fun. Sorry.
I could have a man
Roll for
amazing
initiative? Oh no.
guard. Just a
See,
man
oh
list.
god, no, because we won't be able. The magic users won't be able to cast magic other than cantrip. No, other than cantrips.
No, anything with a material component you just can't cast. Even cantrips.
That's
Fuck, you're
fine. I
right.
can still be shape.
And
I
Elsyan
can-
just can't cast
Damn
spells because he
sexy.
hasn't got a spell book. I'd say you'd probably have it on you, given it's your lifeblood.
Well, yes, I've got the book with me. I sort of, I feel like I've got a mounting on my belt for it.
So, just so you understand for the groupings here, your group for staff and you guys is roughly divided 50-50 amongst male and female. So you can pay for party housing, which is 9 gold per bath. This is not per person. This is for a group. And it'll be 9 gold each. Or you can pay 5 silver and your party's allowed access to the public ones.
I think we go private, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
I remember what happened
Yeah.
the last time we went to a public. I don't like that.
Hey, look, I got like 50% of the way to getting a booty call, so you know I'm down.
All right. How
Look,
much
what
consideration-
happens in Orm's Anchor stays in Orm's Anchor.
Oh,
I-
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
was that why I wasn't with the party?
That was, yeah.
That explains it.
So,
Sasha,
as,
you're a whore, you know? Sorry, I shouldn't say
As
such
you're-
things, sorry.
as you're each given your own housings, 18 gold, you split it evenly, you break into your 2 separate parties, you relax, you otherwise take... It's similar to the spas, but these, as you previously understand, the water here has a magical essence put into it, so that it remains clean and it destroys dirt. Just a basic prestidigitation style magic, from your understanding. The baths are hot, warm towels are brought in, you relax as best you do. Some of you just take your time resting, relaxing, enjoying it. Others of you spend time chatting, talking to one another. As food is brought to you, you paying that little bit extra, you have the chat, and you begin making your way home, all very giddy and very happy. As you return back to the tavern, the staff who went with you thank you for the day out, and their energy seems generally revitalized. Those who stayed at the tavern spent the day mostly relaxing. Borok's doing his usual duties, but other than that, he seemed to enjoy the not as much busy traffic, given the tavern entrance was closed, so people were going in from a different way. The inn was relatively busy, but not too much. People were allowed to book out, but no one was booking in. It's a day of loss, but ultimately that's not too much to worry about, as everybody feels generally revitalized that they are happy and safe. And you return home, all of your pets are perfectly fine, sat there waiting for you, Queglod too, as you all take your rest for the night and prepare for the weeks ahead.
Did you have a good day, Kevlar?
Yes, good day, yes. Played with
Do anything
animals, had fun.
Anything interesting?
No.
Wow, that sounds like he's sure about that. I also worry
Uh,
when he says he's had fun.
Okay, you know what? Never mind. Never
Good
mind.
on you, Scamp.
Scamp?
Scamp, yeah.
Isn't that a
It's a
Scamp?
nickname. No, it's
Yes.
a nickname. It's a name that's not your name. That is supposed to be a sign of affection.
Sure. Right. Well, I'll be heading out tomorrow. I'll see you after you wake up.
Yep.
So,
All right.
Well,
Oh,
I-
me and Malcolm will be heading to Oregon. So I suppose we'll see you off in the morning.
I'm off tonight, so I'll see you some point soon.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Good luck with your pilgrimage. Don't get eaten by a dragon. What?
I should be fine. Doubt there'll be any dragons.
Keep your eyes on the sky.
It'll be fine. I'm going to Rust Town. It'll be fine. I'm not going to be doing much. Probably just a bit smithing. Famous words.
Yeah, there's no reason I expect you to run into any real trouble along the way.
No, it's
Definitely
a pilgrimage.
not.
nothing you can't handle. Anyway,
Mhm.
No.
as you as the days unfold, Rook being sent away, the party resting, before the rest of you proceed to go about your teleportations the next day. Queglod, Malcom, and Bern spend some time as they teleport to Mudland Dock before you fly northward, finding your way towards the portal. Closing it with a few uses of Dispel Magic from Malcom and Bern combined, the portal eventually closes. As the portal disappears, the area around goes dark and dim lit, and you leave, knowing full well your next destination. teleporting home for some, and as Bern plane shifts away, going to the ether once more, Queglod remains home, crafting spells. Elsyan spends that time learning and going to dwarven classes, picking up the language slowly but surely, not proficient, but learning the language to a newer's standpoint. The future classes will be needed, but otherwise you begin to pick up the language, and with the exposure from Sasha, you may eventually learn the language itself.
I will also be spending a bit of extra time that I have to learn some spells as well for my book.
That's fine. You have 5 days worth, so
We can discuss that.
Yeah, you can spend like up to 16 hours a day if you want to working on putting spells in. So you do the math. I trust you.
Maths.
And use as much gold as you have, and then ask the party how much they'll allow you to take out of the tavern or party fund. As Sasha and Malcom otherwise head to Oregon, the revivifications begin and the resurrecting of individuals. Professor Flynn arrives after Reagan has returned. With Reagan's return and your vanquishing of the portal, your party is otherwise awarded with the coinage for such a task. You receive 8,000 gold to be split amongst your party, or put into the party fund of your choosing, for vanquishing the portal, given the nature of the difficulty of the quest, as it was originally thought to have been bandits or some kind of giant bat, but now it is revealed to be devils, and given the difficulty of it, you have done them a great service. And for resurrecting Reagan, the Empire is going to be awarding you in the future with something. It will either be coin or it will be credit paid towards your tavern, depending on what the party would like and the necessary needs for it. Thank you for that. Professor Flynn returns as he is revived. Him and his daughter are reunited once more, and he thanks you for the help. The Empire, now knowing the full extent of who he may be and the necessity of this, otherwise proceeds to spend their time keeping him in hiding. You don't know where they put him or where they send him, but otherwise he is kept away from the light of what the sirens may have left behind.
Did I tell them about the Black Tooth stuff?
You don't know that yet. This is something you learn at the end of your time skip, remember?
Wait, when was this?
The visions. This is happening. This is just me overviewing the time skips and what happens.
Yeah, and this basically happened the first day.
As Sasha, you spend some time as you return home. You begin to smith with Cena, working on various weapon bundles and crafting your own spell. Through the use and guidance of a Turan, you finish your spell once and for all. The spell made and created to destroy those who would stand in your way, powerful foes that you have difficulty facing, or just those of inconvenience. You have the spell in your possession, and you look it over, knowing full well the potential and destruction this may bring. As Malcom, you go to the Dragon Sanctuary. You spend time with your baby dragon. Your baby dragon has learnt much in the way of knowledge, recalling a lot of its previous history. The crystal dragons, as you well knew, learn their memories slowly but surely from their previous lives, and seems to be dawning a new name.
Oh?
Let me just find it here. Let's get the right document out for this. Shattercrest, the Rising Eclipse.
Shattercrest, the Rising.
Fancy.
Ooh, la-di-da.
So now I'm not convinced here to slap Elsyan for some reason. No, so Malcom now has the urge to slap Elsyan for some reason. Not sure why though.
Ooh, la-di-da. Okay, don't blame Elsyan for what Sam does, okay?
I drank Hurricane's blood in the time skip. I drank Hurricane's blood in the time skip.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I thought I did before the time skip.
Yeah. It might have been before the time skip. Oh no, because you had the conversation with Queglod about it before you left for the.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So you've already mentioned it to the party. So
Blacktooth stuff?
Yeah.
Wait, the Blacktooth? Isn't that the person I scryed on?
Yeah.
And learned the things about?
yeah, you've already. That's already passed. So never mind about that one.
Yeah,
I
just
was
so
mistaken.
just so Oregon is informed. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
then I probably would have.
Yeah, mentioning it and mentioning the whole deal with Blacktooth, they mentioned that they thought him dead. Given the details, they'll look into it and see if there's anything they find. Under the pretense of this, your dragon Shattercrest is now growing and regaining memories. The stage that young dragons at this stage, or Wyrmlings at this stage would be, they'd spend most of their time learning the alphabet, shapes, numbers, usual stuff that toddlers would learn at this stage. Shattercrest, however, is learning probably what would be considered A-grade mathematics at this point. The memories flooding back seem to be very potent and very strong. You will soon have the knowledge of an ancient dragon on your hands, if not tempered, in the body of a Wyrmling.
Tempered?
The nature, from what you understand, being told this during your time that you spend crafting your spell, that Shattercrest, as it currently stands, is regaining over 15,000 years of memories from previous reincarnations of himself. This is coming in at such a rate that it now makes sense why Shattercrest has become your dragon. He needs to find a bond with you in such a way that his memories do not destroy him. It does not require your immediate attention, but before he becomes a young dragon, you must form that physical and very ancient bloodline bond with him that all of the royalty within the Barrenland have had. And you must forge it in order to protect him.
Okay, so, yeah, hearing that, Malcolm's first stop after time skip would definitely want to be to Barrenland. Because, yeah, I'm not letting my dragon die over memories.
You've got a year to do this, I will say.
Yeah, but we get distracted.
That is fair. The nature of this means that you do have time. It's not of urgency, but it is also of urgency. The longer you leave it, the more mature he will become, or his form will become. But to the nature and the extent at the moment, it's not urgent as of the moment. But the bond will require you to return home to the Barrenlands. With this, you also spend time with your father. He tells you various things about the Barrenlands, what to expect going back there. He tells you of the various clans and how they otherwise lead and rule. You learn about the various things about the Barrenlands, which some of it seems outdated information. He hasn't been there in a long time. But you spend that time there, and it's very relaxing. Where you spent time with your party and your friends, relaxing in the baths and the shopping and the spa. It was relaxing in that sense, but being here is warm and comforting. You feel at home, like you've belonged here ever since you were a child. It's good to be here again. As that part of your time skip goes by, Bern, you in the ether, you gain the ire and the attention of Vesh, as he now sees you in your true light. As you stand before him, the offer made, you swap your scholar powers for that of law, the second one. Gaining its true form, you acquire this new and strong power. It's new and powerful, but it comes at a limit. You understand its potential, and with this trade also comes the knowledge of what you must do. Learning all that you have and training with the various champions, you learn of its potential, its power, its uses, and where you stand with these weapons, and what purpose you now hold. It's interesting. But at the end of the time skip, you return home, plane shifting in and arriving with the rest of the party, as you and them all teleport to Rust Town. where stands a Rook. As you arrive, he is scared. His form shakes and shudders still. He stares distantly off and has seemingly had a very real brush with death. As for those of you who did not know, as Rook went out into the wilderness to complete his pilgrimage, delivering some minor metals to a smith, he arrived at the mountain's base, delivered them, and upon performing some various tasks at seemingly a very powerful and very useful forge, his gauntlets look different. Covered with the celestial blue energy with the stars mixed within, you see that instead of a simple rim, it is now that of reddish and black crystals around the outside as they have grown in strength. You see the knuckles are reinforced, and each piece of it is much more well-made and sharpened in its form. But Rook himself looks cold and distant, as he soon explains his brush with death, meeting Webval in person, being no more than 5 feet away when he met him. Avoiding the ire of an ancient white dragon there and then, the vision still haunting him. But he met him.
A pilgrimage, he said. It'd be fine, he said. I met a psychotic dragon.
I did tell you to watch the skies.
Oh my god.
Where was he?
I was coming down from the mountains and he was coming down from the mountains, and luckily, I managed to be sneaky enough that he didn't hear me, and though I was absolutely terrified, I managed to keep my shit together to not lose my mind, but oh my god, he is terrifying. He has no scales, by the way. It is all scars.
Well, at least there's no scales to get through with weapons.
That's true, but there's thick ice. I mean, this guy looks terrifying. Oh, and Bern. I don't know if you know this guy, but I trained with Senj Bloodbriar, by the way.
Excuse me? Where?
Yeah, it was really crazy.
Where?
Where? In the mountains. But it's not so easy to get to him.
Take me there.
I can't.
And the party doesn't want to go on a pilgrimage.
He's quite grumpy, but he's genuinely quite a nice guy. I mean, he helped me. Oh, by the way, I've unlocked my gauntlets a little bit. That was through help from him. Though, I can now forge stuff and smith stuff with my fists. Yeah.
When are you taking?
Some point, maybe, if you can be nice. I don't know. I don't really understand the circumstances in which we could just turn up. He's a hermit.
I think if I show him this, he'll accept us.
Maybe. Fair. Anyway, I need to finish my pilgrimage, and I need to sit down. Oh, and I made a friend with a pixie, or a sprite. It's a sprite, weren't it?
It's a sprite.
Yeah, I made a friend with a sprite.
So do you know where the dragon is?
Oh yeah, that's east of in the mountains, or west. Hang on, my notes.
East.
That was it was east from where I was. So yeah, I was pretty damn close. It turns out that my axe is essentially a compass to his lair. So if we start getting lost on the mountains, the stronger it feels heavier as I get closer.
So where exactly on the mountain?
It was a couple of days' walk from here. Where am I? Rust Town. It'd be about here-ish, I think. This lot of mountains.
Hold on. Looking at this diagram here, just seeing exactly.
It
where
would be if it was east, then it would be somewhere.
Yeah.
So
around...
you made it up in your travels. You made it up to the base of the mountains.
It would be...
round about there-ish that you made it to. So east of there would be there.
So yeah, it's this direction. So
yeah, because you travelled with a guide, you made up time. So
Okay.
The sprite was quite
Because
useful.
I have some information that might be, good for the party, for the Prince of Blood.
Oh, okay. Right.
You know this Vesh character we met?
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get to meet, but fair enough.
Mm.
Turns out he's one of the people that sealed the Prince of Blood.
Huh. Small universe.
Okay.
Yeah, and he told me to clean up my mess for releasing him early.
Yeah, he did.
So he's not happy we released this ancient and noble evil upon.
No, he asked me if we killed it when we released it. I told him we didn't get all of the tasks done for Rook's axe. And then face bound.
Oh.
So he told me we need to get this dragon done quickly. Before his brother is allowed to get an army up. The Plague Bearer.
Well,
whatever his name is.
so
The
let's go
plague
kill a
lord.
dragon. Is that it?
Plague Lord. And I also know where he is.
Oh. Wow.
He's
I mean,
actually
next-
pretty close to Adamanthia.
Really?
What?
It's right fucking here.
Let's
Where?
go.
Where? Oh, right, down bottom map.
Turns out he
Okay.
can play himself into any
The
of
Plague
his,
Lord, sealed within the tomb of the oiled marshes at the heart of the cloven, lies the clover lies the demon of, it should be the devil of pestilence that rules his lands.
Okay,
One
so
second.
we
It's a
need
four-leaf clover, but it is still correct.
Yeah. So we need to deal with that. We've got a dragon to deal with. We've got Malcolm's family thing to deal with. And in 2 weeks' time, I've got to go and imprint on a griffin.
I like your griffin. I do, but
I know that. I mean, there should be more priority things.
yes. So plague. What is the dragon we're going after?
Whether
Webvar.
Wonderful.
white dragon up north.
See his lair in the drawn marshes.
Okay, right. If we're going to do this, we are going to do this properly.
It's called a scry.
If we're going to do this, we are going to do this properly. He's a frost dragon, an ice dragon, therefore a frost dragon. Therefore, we need frost resistance potions.
I already have my boots of the Winterland. It gives me resistance to cold.
Well, some of us don't have your boots.
You
My
know,
copies-
I don't think I could try.
Fuck,
Can
my
I
copies
try?
last like how much?
Hmm?
How long do the copies last for?
Law.
Oh, the materialization spell.
Oh, until you take a long rest. I believe it should say it in the spell. If not, then it's a long rest.
Okay. Oh, guys, just give me a sec. I need to go finish my pilgrimage.
Okay, how long will that take?
I literally have just got a report back that I succeeded.
Oh.
I mean, I've essentially finished. I just got.
He
to
basically
claim
has to
the
hand in
rewards.
the quest, and then that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Anyone got any arguments against that? I don't.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
You head inside to the smithy. You see the individual there. He thanks you for the service you've done, taking those ingots up to him, and he's glad that you made it back. He did say that hopefully he warned you well enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I'm just gonna say, future reference. If you send anyone up there, ancient white dragon on the prowl.
that would explain what's been eating all of them. Got it.
Hmm.
Thank you. And yes, well done. You have passed your pilgrimage. Yes, the blessing will be passed on to you. He passes you what looks to be that of a necklace, which upon donning it and putting it round your neck, you a little bit difficult with the horns, but you manage it. As you get it around your neck, it bestows upon you the ability we previously discussed to cancel one critical hit you can see within 30 feet of you once per day.
Cool. Excellent.
Which I'll get you
That's very helpful.
I will get you the feature for that. As you all gather here, knowing full well what lies ahead, but knowing that you have spent a good amount of time relaxing and resting, and knowing of the many tasks that lie before you. That is where we will end our session tonight, and pretty much on time tonight. Hooray! We overran by only 6 minutes, it's fine. Alright, so for the stream, thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you again after Christmas. A discussed date, originally it was going to be the 3rd. Are people still good with the 3rd, or do we want to move it to the 10th?
I'm good with the 3rd.
I cannot make the 10th.
Okay. So
I can probably make the 3rd work. I don't foresee any real issues.
Same here. If I did find anything else.
I will say, the spell I made is basically a buffed up version of Holy Weapon, but specifically for undead dragons and fiends. So it's basically all of our big fuck you monsters. I've got a good buff to give to whoever's a good melee fighter. So Malcom or Rook.
Melee fighter.
Ooh! Shall we stack the buffs on top of each other and have Rook decapitate this thing in one go?
Jesus
Good
Christ.
with that. Mine lasts for 8 hours, I believe.
Oh, how what's your one do?
Makes him do an additional die on a crit.
Nice. My one gives him an additional 8d10 damage.
Once per turn on a successful hit and on a failed con save of the enemy. If they succeed the con save, nothing happens.
I'm guessing they don't get resistant to that or immunity to that ability if they succeed.
If they succeed, then it can it can happen on the it can happen on a following attack in the same turn. But then if they fail on the save, it can't happen again until the next turn. It's concentration for an hour. So.
Yeah. Do you have guided?
Okay.
Like... No, you don't. Never
No,
mind,
of course
that's
it doesn't.
Yeah, I forget.
It's an
Doesn't
etherology spell. No, of course it
Yeah.
doesn't. Anyway, for the stream, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We will see you on the 3rd then for our next D&D session where we'll be carrying on with this and the party makes their decisions. Up to that point, I'll probably be discussing with them what they want to take care of, because if they decide to go after the Queglod, I need to build a map, which I'll probably be doing on a Thursday. So, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and for those of you who are here, have a good Christmas. Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.